Today we're ranking every rookie in Major League Baseball on a tier list. We've got 106 names. Strap in. We're going to be here for a minute talking about rookies. We have 6 tiers, starting us off with the MVP tier. Pretty self explanatory. If we think you can win an MVP award, we're going to put you in there. All-star tier is not that we think you could make an all-star team. It's that we think you are going to be an all-star player. Starter is an everyday guy, your average Joe. They're going to be good, but they're not necessarily someone who's going to be on an all-star team. Baseball player is going to be a major leaguer. We think you'll be a major leaguer for your career. 4A player, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You're stuck in between the minors and majors right now. We don't know where to put you. And then there's the UFA tier, which is kind of trying to be nice and put you at the bottom there. So, James, ready to lock in and start ranking some rookies?
Yeah, I can't wait, baby. 106 names. Let's ride.
All right, first up, one of your favorites, Augustin Ramirez. You're going to have to convince me, James. Where do you want to put him?
I would still tell you starter, but it's starter with the contingency of likely DH first baseman, and whether or not the on base percentage can ever get to a spot where it can carry that kind of value.
I'll agree with you on starter. I honestly thought you were going to put him in the all-star tier
No,
because of how hard he hits the ball and stuff like that. But truthfully, we've seen about like 300, 400 plate appearances this year. He's a league average hitter
500.
and 500, even more. He's a league average hitter. And I need to see more consistency from him. We obviously know he can do things at an elite level, like how hard he hits the baseball, but he doesn't really make that much contact consistently.
He makes not that bad of contact. He makes more contact than the major league average. It's just sometimes it's like too much contact. He would be better off probably taking a few extra pitches, get deeper into counts, just find a few walks to kind of stabilize his ceiling. But also, even if he just is a first baseman with a 310 OBP, but he still pops 30 homers, like that's still a starter.
Do you think he's going to hit 30 home runs?
Yeah, he's already at 20 this year, and this is rookie year in a horrible park to hit home runs.
Sure, I
While
don't know.
while he's trying to learn how to catch on the fly.
I mean, he's caught his entire career. I don't think he's
Yeah,
learned
learn
how
how
to
to catch, but
catch.
just while he's actively sucking at catching live for everyone to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't see the ceiling on a guy like Augustin Ramirez as much as others, but he definitely hits the baseball very hard.
Yeah, that's worth a lot in and of itself.
All right, AJ Smith Shawver. This is a pitching whisperer for you, James. Where are you putting AJ Smith Shawver?
I really liked what he flashed before he got injured briefly. To me, he's still in between starter and baseball player for me though, and I could be persuaded either way.
I was going to put him in starter, so I think we're good there. He's got a good fastball. He's got good breaking pitches, and he's another one of those guys who's relatively young in his pitching career because of how he's been in the minors and stuff.
I think his fastball's the thing that is bad though. He was better in his brief instance this year with just more splitters because
But
that's
doesn't
his
he throw
pitch.
like 95, 96?
He throws 95, but like 95 is the average. Is the average fastball velocity for a right-handed pitcher.
I guess it's not as spectacular as it used to be. 95 doesn't play like 95
No.
used to even just a few years ago.
The curveball's fine. You try the slider this year, but it was really just extra splitters that helped him. But the splitter is such a chaotic pitch that it's still going to take some time for him to get over the hump, and the injury is not going to help. Also, still only 22 years old, so he could have 7 more years till he actually breaks out.
I'm willing to put him in starter.
All right, cool with that.
Starter for AJ Smith Shawver. All right, James, who's this next guy? Can you figure out who this face is?
I think it's Cole Young.
Nope, not Cole Young.
Oh man, that looks like Cole Young. Who is it?
Ben Williamson. Ben Williamson,
Oh.
who is a glove first
Yeah.
fielder. Didn't really hit. Actually, has played a lot with the Mariners this year. Has like 300 plate appearances. To me, this is more of like that quad A UFA tier where it's very good glove, and that's going to play at the major league level. I just don't know how consistently he plays. It's like a Nicky Lopez type thing.
Yeah, I might even. I mean, what's the biggest difference between UFA and quadruple A? You know what I mean?
I think like UFA is like, I don't actually think you're going to be playing in the majors past like your physical prime. Like once you're like not in your mid to late 20s, I think you're out of baseball.
I kind of think that might be Ben Williamson. Then he might be our first UFA.
Okay, I'll put him.
'Cause
I'll put him down there.
He's already 24, and he's not a good hitter, and he's just a fine fielder.
Yeah. All right.
That's
Next
him.
guy, Brad Lord
Oh,
of the Washington Nationals. To me, he feels like such a baseball player. From what we've seen this year, he's going to give you probably 70 to 100 innings a season. He's going to have a 4.5 ERA with a 1.3 whip, and he's going to have some games where he goes 6 innings, pitches really well, have some games where he goes 2 and gets shut.
yeah. His definition of baseball player because he's going to be that like 6-7 starter on some probably not so good middling teams for the next 4, 5, 6 years. He just has a good enough slider. He'll probably be able to get guys out here and there whenever he can.
Are you hip to the 6-7 meme, James?
6'7", a little bit.
Okay.
I'm hip
I was
enough
gonna say
just
you.
by having younger cousins.
Yeah, you said it just now, so that's gonna be all in the comment section. Because every
Okay,
single time I say it in any video, the top comment is 6'7".
there you go. I mean, yeah, shout out Lamelo. But who's that guy who's next?
Brady House, come on, that
Oh,
one's
it's Brady
easy.
House.
James is not good with
Headshots.
the faces, but he's got the info for you.
Yeah, so bad with faces. Brady House also. Is he just a baseball player?
I was gonna put Brady House 4A. I think he might be a
Really?
quad A guy right now. I don't
But
see a defensive home.
we're not doing right now. We're doing what they will be.
I think he might be a quad A player. I don't see a defensive home for him, and I don't know how he hits consistently at the major league level to actually stay on rosters enough where he doesn't become like a spring training invite hopping around year after year guy.
I don't know. He does hit the ball pretty hard, and he's a good third baseman. Like, and he's just 22.
Is he a
Like,
good third baseman?
he's graded there well. OAA, he's positive.
What's he at on OAA this year?
It's a +1.
Okay. How many games has he played?
I think a good amount. He has 250 plate appearances.
All right, you might convince me that he's a baseball player. I don't know. I liked Brady House as a prospect, but I do get worried about these bigger dudes that have the physical tools but then never actually show it on the field.
The hard hit rate helps me out. It's been not so good this year. He's another guy that he think it would help him a lot to take a pitch. I also kind of give credit to any of these guys in the Nationals because it seems like they're not really working with any kind of information, any
No.
kind of coaching, any kind of training over there. So like even just reaching the major leagues and being a tolerable player, like that's fine. He's something I think he'll hang around forever. Like he's better than what's his name? Who was the third baseman that flamed out there so badly? The last
Uh,
big prospect that was
Carter
just
Keyboom?
yeah, Keyboom. He's better than
He is
Keyboom.
better than Carter Keyboom, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Carter Keyboom probably still hanging out in quadruple A somewhere.
Yeah, all right. I'll put Brady House in baseball player then. You've convinced me. Take it
I'll
on
take
the
that.
next one there, James. That's our boy.
That's our boy Brandon Sproat of the Mets. Bit of an older rookie, 24, 25. He it's been kind of a weird winding road for Brandon Sproat to the majors because at Florida he had like relative polish for a college pitcher, had a bunch of secondaries, 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and a two-seamer. Then he got to the majors. Mets are like, we see you with a sweeper. The sweeper got nasty. The sweeper getting nasty kind of messed up the way he was throwing his other pitches. He wasn't able to find the same consistency on the curveball and the changeup, things that are big for him in college. He finally got those back late this summer after having a 6 ERA in AAA, went ballistic for his last 10 starts in AAA, has come up to the Mets and has had a couple pretty good starts. But I still think I'm on the starter line for Brandon Sproat.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I'm not sure if he does make an all-star team outside of like that random year where he might have a hot first half, but I do think when we're looking at the end of the year, and that's kind of what gets a little bit tricky about this all-star tier sometimes, is that you could just have a really good first half and then
That's a
fizzle out.
feeling thing. It's a feeling thing. We
Yeah,
know.
it's more of a feeling. And I do think that Brandon Sproat's probably going to be around that mid threes, low fours ERA, most likely for his career. So I do agree. I'm going to put him in the starter tier.
Yeah, it's going to be funny to be making a tier list with this many players because they're going to be very different styles of categories of players inside these individual tiers.
Yeah, I mean, like we look around on YouTube and see some stuff that other channels have done in other sports. Shout out the Deep Three podcast; they're awesome over there. If you guys like NBA, it's so different talking about NBA rookies and baseball rookies, especially because there's pitching and hitting. All they have to talk about is one of the 10 players that do stand on a basketball court at a given time. These guys are going to have such different roles. It's crazy how different the sports are.
Yeah, very much so. It's just fun too. Also, it's a very different kinds of rookies. NBA rookies are not that different. Like we just talked about Brandon Sproat, who's 25. He's next to AJ Smith-Shawver, who's 22, or Sproat's 24. The next guy in this is Brandon Walter, the back-to-back Brandons. He's a 29-year-old rookie. He's had a crazy road to the major leagues with injuries. He's been cut. Like it's fascinating to go through all these different guys and see what you get.
Yeah, and he's got a major injury right now. Like he's not going to be pitching for a while. He's on the 60 AIL. But I'll tell you what, I do kind of like Brandon Walter a little bit. I think he's a decent little pitcher where I see him being a major league starter the rest of his career.
I was going to tell you I like Brandon Walter a lot. If you were going to call him a baseball player, I was going to argue with you feverishly.
So then tell the people why you think he's not just a baseball player, why he's a starter.
Such a funky lefty. Like the lefties with good changeups, fastballs, and cutters just stay around the league forever. You can never get them out of a rotation. Like they're going to be at 3, 4, 5 for eternity. The only thing with Walter is I'm scared that if he comes back, if that fastball velocity goes from 91, 93 to 90, 92, that could hurt him. But it's a cutter, it's a really good sweeper, it's a changeup, it's a sinker that has good bite on it. Like he can do so many things to make hitters uncomfortable. He was one of my absolute top picks this year. My fantasy baseball YouTube channel, which you guys play fantasy baseball, you should check that out. And it was working out so well until he got hurt again. Also cut by the Red Sox, picked up by the Astros. Astros usually do good things for these weird reclamation project pitchers. Like it was a good mix. And Northeast guy, University of Delaware.
Okay, shout out the Northeast. Shout
Mud
out
Hens.
the Mid Atlantic.
Yeah.
We love the Mid Atlantic over here as Jersey boys ourselves. Next up, we've got Braxton Ashcraft, someone who I have oscillated on a ton. I loved him when he was first coming up in the Pirate system. He then hit a snag. Feels a little bit Brandon Sproat ish. Is that fair to say?
I think he's younger though. No, he's
He
actually
is.
not younger. No,
I
he's saying
think.
he's 25 actually. I
Okay.
didn't know. He's just been around that long. I like Ashcraft too. I actually like Ashcraft a lot. It's still I'd still put him on the starter tier, but it's 97 with a slider and a
That's
curveball.
that's why I'm like I feel like him and Sproat are similar ish, where they both throw in the upper 90s. They've got the breaking balls, but I don't know
Yeah, the
if they'll
strikeouts might
ever.
never be there.
Yeah, they never might get those strikeouts. So I'm cool with Braxton Ashcraft in starters. Well, Pirates like low key do some good stuff on the pitching side.
Yeah, somehow, again, they spend no money on their player development, little pitching factory.
James, tell me who this guy in the Blue Jays is.
So I are there any other Blue Jays on this scroll?
I'll scroll down for you. You could take a look. Do you see any other Blue Jays on here? I don't think so. I think this is the only Blue Jay. They're a shockingly old team.
There's so many players, but this is not Trey Savage.
This is not no because Trey Savage on here has his minor league hat on. He's
Okay,
right
that's what I
down
figured.
here.
I know it doesn't look like him. Is that Braden Fisher?
Braden Fisher, there it is. I
Yes.
mean, he does have a forgettable face, but one thing I'll tell you that is not forgettable. He's a damn good pitcher. He's awesome.
Nasty. So now it also becomes an interesting conversation because Braden Fisher might be a good enough reliever to one day make an all-star team, but I also think that's a weird thing to put like a slightly high leverage reliever like Braden Fisher. Yeah, there you go. Okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
I
Nice, add that
added
in,
I
right?
added good. Ooh, what's going on with this? I would put good reliever.
Yeah, good reliever.
Good reliever.
Starter such good. Braden Fisher will be a good reliever.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I mean, he's got like a what, like 30% K rate this year or close to it. Striking
Yeah,
out a ton of guys. The whip is low. Like,
33% K rate.
yeah, he's just really good. And I think a big reason why the Blue Jays, why we doubted them a lot, because we were some of the biggest Blue Jays doubters, was because they had no bullpen. But they've pulled out some guys this year that have helped that bullpen become a heck of a lot better.
Yeah, shout out Fisher and Mason Fluharty somehow.
Fluharty and what's the guy Little is Little one of-
Brendan Little.
Yeah, Brendan Little's also been fantastic for them.
Yeah, some hard throwers. Fisher also does a cool thing as a righty where he has a very up and down repertoire. Where he just has the big fastball and the big curveball, so he can get the lefties out, which is a huge deal for a young pitcher like that.
Of course. Next up, James Bubba Chandler.
This might be, to me, this is still the first All Star on the list.
I really like Bubba Chandler. He hasn't pitched well so far at the major league level.
He had one horrific blow up appearance where
I
he kind
guess-
of got singled to death and he gave up 9 runs. They also let him wear it, which was
They,
funny.
they're also doing that weird thing too, where like they've been using him in relief a couple times, which I didn't love either.
They've been using him in relief though, like the same way the messages you show him and I in relief, where there were a couple times where he piggybacked on Ashcraft and he also I think piggybacked on Mike Burrows, I want to
Yes.
say. But he would just come in, rock 4 innings. I remember I was covering his first game that he came in for against the Rockies, and he seemed very emotional. He's been pitching with a lot of emotion, both the end of his time in AAA and the majors, because the Pirates kind of fucked him over by leaving him to rot in AAA for a long time. He has like 250 AAA innings as a pitcher of his caliber. It's kind of obscene, actually. And he immediately gave a double, like his first major league pitch, and then he got tough and like struck out 2 guys in a row after that. He was screaming on the mound. I was like, I like seeing that heart out of Bubba Chandler because the stuff is nasty. It's never going to be an issue with stuff. It's just going to be whether or not he could like stay focused enough to be on top of it.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with putting him in All Star as well.
He's that good.
One of
Sits
the top
100.
prospects. Yeah, he throws 100. Like, was he going to go to Clemson if he didn't get drafted? Yes. Is that a fault of his? 100%. But I won't hold it against him right now.
No, he's super nasty. And I'm excited for the ERA people to get mad about that one.
Oh, people are going to be furious seeing an all-star guy with a 5 ERA and 20 innings of his rookie season at, what, 22, 23, Bubba Chandler?
He turned 23, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So people are going to freak out about that one. How about this other Nationals player, James?
Mitchell
is it?
Parker?
Not Mitchell Parker.
Who is it?
Cade Cavalli.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Cade's also a fun, interesting conversation, similar to how different all of these rookies are. Cade Cavalli just missed like 3 years with arm troubles.
Yeah.
And then he came back and he's been good, but he's also been inconsistent. But he's another one. I think you and I both be biased because we love the stuff on Cade Cavalli.
Yeah, I love Cade Cavalli coming out of the draft. I think it's a real shame that he's in the Nationals organization because similarly, like with Mackenzie Gore and any of the pitchers that they have, when they have the stuff that they do, just any sort of pitching development or somebody in there that uses a computer would probably do wonders for these guys. I would be down to put Cade Cavalli in starter good because I think
easily.
Yeah, I think that's where he belongs. I'm not going to put him in All-Star just yet.
Exactly. You can't put him in All-Star. Not putting him in All-Star.
I said just yet. This is my guy, Cade Cavalli, but I definitely think he is in the starter good reliever. He throws like a 98. Like, that stuff's awesome.
Do you know how old Cade Cavalli is?
26?
He's 27.
Yeah. No, he got drafted, what, 2020 or 2021 draft, I
He
believe?
got drafted 2020 out of Oklahoma. So after spending years in college and then got to the majors kind of fast, then got hurt, came back, got hurt badly again.
Yeah, we'll put Cade Cavalli in the starter good reliever tier. Cade Horton of the Chicago Cubs. I think I'm a little higher on Cade Horton than you.
No, I would comfortably put Cade Horton in All-Star. I
Okay, I
don't
thought
the-
because didn't we have a conversation where you're like you feel good about him pitching a playoff game? I'm like, yeah, he's great.
I think we had that conversation in like July before the windup.
Okay, could have been pre-wind up.
Yeah, unless it was in that power ranking video, which again, that's aged so beautifully. I love that we made that video. Now it's gotten hot like a week later. But Horton's been impressive this year in a weird way. Like I liked Horton. I didn't love Horton. He's another guy I did give a big shout out though when I saw him change some stuff on the fantasy baseball channel right before the second half. If you would have picked him up, you probably won your league. But he's never going to strike many guys out. So I even think, yeah, maybe All Star is a little light. If you feel great about it, I'll do it. But he's got a weird repertoire. The fastball acts like a cutter, so then everything else kind of gets weird off that. But he's made do with changeups and curveballs in a way that I didn't think he would this quickly.
I do like him. I think there's something to while he might not have the elite strikeout rates. That's kind of why he goes. I'm gonna also maybe put Cy Young in here too. By the way, MVP Cy Young up at
Yeah,
the top, just in
good
case
idea.
we have a pitcher on here that could land there. But that's why I think I like him in this All Star tier. Is that I think he'll be a frontline starter, but he's not going to be. I mean, kind of like everybody on the Cubs starting rotation. They're not going to strike out a ton of guys, but they're going to just have good seasons.
Also, at the same time, it might be true because might already put him in this tier. We might be watching the best 3 month stretch that Cade Horton could ever have.
Possible.
It's possible that Cade Horton never again does, what's going to be 150, 110 innings, 115 innings with a 1-1 whip. Like if he came out next year and had a 4 ERA, I would not be super shocked. But also if he just got called up in April and did this through the first half, he would have been an all-star as a rookie. So I think
Yes.
that alone, seeing this performance happen, puts him in this tier. But I think he might wind up being the fringiest, like most back end player on this all-star tier when we're said and done.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I think he's probably the toughest one we've had to rank thus far.
Yeah, I see that.
Caleb Durbin. Everybody on the Brewers is playing well. I feel really weird about where I put Caleb Durbin. Also, I just realized this is only our third hitter of this entire video. All the first few guys have been pitchers. So it was good to note that we get another hitter on the board, James. Where are you putting Caleb Durbin?
To me, it's just baseball player.
Ooh,
I see
interesting.
Caleb Durbin as someone who is a good defender, not a great one, a good hitter, not a great one. And he's already 25 years old. Like, I don't know how much more development happens in a guy like Cade Horton, who's kind of just one of these free
Caleb
swinger.
Durbin.
Caleb Durbin, my bad.
Cade Horton
So
on the mind.
the alphabetized players are killing me.
It's all
because-
alphabetized right now. Just so
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying.
the
We're
entire
getting-
thing's alphabetized.
So we're getting so many repeat names over and over again. Like we got getting back-to-back Cades, back-to-back Brandons, but it's a Braxton and a Braden. Like just welcome to Middle America right there. But Durbin to me is just I know right now he's on one of the best teams in the league and he is a starting caliber player and he is maintaining a league average season with the bat. But I just don't know. It's another guy. I don't know how much better he can get than this unless he drastically changes the way he plays. I don't see him doing that either.
I think I want to put him in starter.
It's so funny. You hated him before.
I know, but
as a
then-
prospect in the offseason. Remember when I told you that the
I
Yankees
know.
actually gave up a lot to get Devin Williams and you
But
scoffed at me?
But I don't think he is a lot. That's why. I don't think they gave
You're
up
saying
a
he's a
lot.
starter. If you're getting a starter with 6 years of team control, that's a lot.
Like the Yankees would kill for him right now. The
I was
Yankees
literally
would
going
love
to
for
say
him
that.
to play third base.
He would be a perfect fit on the Yankees team right now. He's literally
But
exactly
also
what they need.
we also didn't expect Devin Williams to be unpitchable as well.
No, for sure. But relievers are always relievers. Caleb Durbin just like
How many teams in baseball do you think Caleb Durbin would start on? Or would get starting time, like starting 4 out of 6 games in a week?
half of them, 18 of them.
Okay. You don't
Slightly
think
more than
that's a
half.
different tier than where like Brad Lord and Brady House are right now?
I think that when Brady House is 25 years old, do you think he'll be that much worse than Caleb Durbin, who right now is they've graded similarly defensively. Brady House actually a touch better,
It's tough with
and Brady House
'cause
at least
he's on-
hits the ball hard.
I was gonna say it's tough because he's on such a stupid team.
I also think the pitchers and the hitters in this tier are going to be different. I think the hitters in the baseball player tier are going to be viewed on much more favorably than the pitchers. Same, I think, with all of these tiers. You know what I mean? I think you have to get over a different hump to be a baseball player hitter than a pitcher. Same to be a starter, a good reliever versus a back end starter. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give you this one, but I'm gonna cash it in a little bit later.
All right, that's fine. Yeah. And also, let's see what the Brewers fans say in the comments. I love
Yeah,
that.
they'll let us know. I mean, the best team in baseball statistically record wise, and they're going to be pissed that one of their key players is in the same thing as a guy who has like a 570 OPS.
And a guy with a pitcher who's subjectively not that good.
Cam Schlittler. I know
Mm.
you're a Schlittler believer. Tell me why. Convince the people.
I was a heavy Schlittler believer from the beginning. Schlittler I mean, he sits 100. That really helps a lot. When you're a starting pitcher, you can throw 100 miles an hour in the zone and blow up by hitters. And he had a nice little cutter slider thing that I really liked. The one thing that was stopping Schlittler in my mind from getting over the hump was kind of finding consistency with a curveball. It's similar to the Jonah Tong problem that we've talked about on Mets Up, where it seems like people can just see it coming.
Yeah.
Suddenly, he has begun to get swings and misses on it, but it's still just a situation where he doesn't really have any true way to get the lefties out consistently yet, because that curveball still just isn't great. He winds up getting to deep counts, walking a lot of guys, not being able to pitch deeply into games. Like, he's someone that's going to be one of the most important players for the Yankees in the playoff series. And
That puts
I
him in
don't.
starter then, right?
I think probably. Yeah, I think he's definitely a starter. I think
Okay,
he
I
would.
thought you were going to argue for All Star.
No, I think probably not. I think that there is a chance, though, a pretty good one, that he has a better career than Cade Horton.
Interesting. You think
You could.
who would you put your money on that you think is going to have a better career, Cade Horton or Cam Schlittler? And by saying better career, I'm not going to say like because I think that's so hard, especially in baseball with pitchers. Who do you think throws more innings in their career? You think Cade Horton's going to get more opportunities, or you think it's going to be Cam Schlittler sticking around?
I think similar. I don't think there's any doubt they both stick around. I just think that, and they both, while they both pitch in super different ways, they have a similar problem. They both struggle with the lefties more so than anything else. But Cade Horton has shown a lot more pitchability early, where Schlittler is the classic stuff monster. And I
Yeah.
think that's going to be the way these guys are viewed. I kind of like them as a comparison. I like if we ever get social media going to be like, who would you rather have, Schlittler versus Horton? Because you're going to have the stuff plus bros going against the ERA bros, and that's
Yes.
going to be a fight to the death. But I think,
That's a fun one.
yeah, as I try to like get a little bit more like advanced by analysis, I do tend to not be just give Schlittler the benefit of the doubt always because he throws 100 with big wow stuff plus number goes burr, because he needs to figure out he's got to figure out other ways to develop other things to get these lefties out, and we've seen
Yes.
Horton do that on the fly, which I'm impressed by.
Yeah, I think that's a good kind of barometer of what the difference of these tiers are. Is that
Yeah.
Horton's kind of showed us that he can do this. We're waiting for Schlittler to do it.
And it's kind of cool to be identifying the players in the bottom of these tiers. You know what I mean? Like I said
Yes.
before, I think Horton is going to end up in the bottom of the All Star tier. Brad Lord is the bottom of the baseball player tier. We just happen to start with him. I think it's funny to say that.
Cam Smith, someone who I know you were super high on. I liked him out of the draft. He has some crazy up and downs this year. Talk about learning a new position, learning the outfield completely on the fly. He does certain things well. He has great bat speed. He has hit the baseball hard this year. And defensively, he's actually been good in a position that he never played before. I like Cam Smith. I don't think I can go into that all-star tier with him, though. I think he's a starter good player.
I agree with that, but I think it's funny for a guy like Cam Smith, who should, by all accounts and measures, just have spent this entire year in the minor leagues, but the Astros rushed him up because they just didn't have any outfielders. Not that he was an outfielder, they just made him an outfielder.
Yes.
But if he right now was in AAA with a 870 OPS, we'd be like, wow, future All-Star Cam Smith. Like I think that's just
yeah.
how the framing of these things happen. But he's had a bad season in the major leagues, but he's also 22 and didn't play really any minor league baseball.
No. And I think based on what we've seen, because there are some things you don't love in Cam Smith's game as well. He strikes out an insane amount. Like he has a
Yeah.
ton of whiff, ton of chase, doesn't consistently make good contact. Those are things that are tough to fix at the major league level. And like you mentioned, if we saw it in the minors, you'd think there's development, but at the major league level, it's hard to develop.
It also feels like that probably comes down to the development, the experience, like just the pitch selection for a guy like
Yes.
Cam Smith. Like I feel like Cam Smith might have a meteoric rise over the next few years, and I wouldn't be that shocked by it.
Yeah, no, I think he could definitely have a pop-off season or two, which
Yeah.
it's possible. I think we could make the argument for him in All-Star as well. All right, Carlos Narvaez of the Boston Red Sox. Going to get weird when we start talking about catchers because I think because he is a catcher, he's in the starter tier. I think he plays good defense. He's a good enough hitter. I think for the next 3-4 seasons, he's at least going to be the Red Sox pretty much everyday catcher.
Yeah, I think they kind of just like reinvented Christian Vasquez in the aggregate.
Yeah. And
Like-
I don't think he'll be a starter like past the age of like 30, 31. I'm not looking at a guy that I expect to be one of the best catchers in baseball for an extended period of time. But after his like peak, he's going to be a great backup to have.
He's perfect for Fenway Park. I think
Yes.
that helps a lot too. Like the ballparks really affect the way we view these guys going forward because a right-handed pull hitter in Fenway Park, like you're just gonna have a lot more benefits of not so great of skills compared to other players.
James, tell the people a little bit about Carlos Vargas of the Seattle Mariners. This guy has thrown like a shocking amount of innings this year for this team. Has like a 3.5 ERA. It's just pretty good.
He looks like somebody else in this picture. I can't really place it right now, but like that, it is a
It's a
funny.
dangerous game to play. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I like the Mariners just kind of breed these relievers. It just happens. Carlos Vargas has a demon sinker that sits 97, 98 miles an hour. Like that's just it. He will be a strange reliever though, because he's one of the classic contact suppression relievers from like a three-quarter
Yes.
slot. Like that's someone that you'll never really want him closing games, but you also don't really want him with it's kind of like a double-edged sword whether or not you want him like to be the inherited base runners guy
Yeah.
because like the ball's going in play but it really might come on the ground. You might roll that double play to get out of the inning. But he's going to have some flash seasons, he's going to have some down seasons, but there also could definitely be some development in there to get him some more whiffs. But it's a fun package to suppress contact. I do like that. He's definitely good reliever for me.
Yeah, I thought the same. I think that he's a guy who's going to be in major league bullpens, whether it's for the Mariners or other teams, for years and years to come. When you're rocking your ground ball rate at 58% on the year, like you said, with that demon sinker,
Yeah.
nobody barrels up the baseball. That's just going to play. Someone is going to give this guy a chance every opportunity they have.
I think it's going to be the Mariners. Like he's going to run out
Yeah,
that rookie
I'm just saying,
contract and be a very valuable reliever.
Let's pretend for some reason, options wise, they had to make a cut to him for some reason to squeeze a roster.
Yeah.
Someone's going to pick him up instantly.
Definitely, 100%.
Next up, James, who do we got?
It's Carson Williams.
Carson Williams, yes.
Shortstop on the Rays. He's a funny, strange player
So weird.
to rank here because in terms of he's the classic fantasy baseball player. Where I know he's going to wind up putting up like 25, 20 seasons, but in real life, those are going to come with a 215 average and probably like a 295, 300 on base percentage. But it probably also comes with near gold glove, possible gold glove caliber defense. Which you put all that together, that's still a starter for me. Like that
Sounds like a starter. I am
that's the guy that
worried
plays every
about.
day.
I'm so worried about how often he makes contact. He doesn't hit the baseball almost ever. When
No,
he
he
does,
doesn't.
like he is shortstop Jose Siri. Tell me I'm wrong. He is shortstop Jose Siri.
He's shortstop Jose Siri though, but it's still like at 22, we're doing this with some projection in mind. Like he probably
Sure.
just gets that contact rate to a spot where it's tolerable with
I don't.
power, speed, and defense.
He whiffs at such an insane rate. I do agree there's going to be development, but is he going to all of a sudden improve his like whiff rate by like 10% to still be at 30% whiff rate?
Probably not. I want to find right now his swinging strike rate in the minor leagues, compare it to Spencer Jones, because I think that would be a funny would you rather. But it's how bad of a hitter do you have to be to never start when you're an amazing shortstop defender? Like think about it. Like
That's
do you
why
think
I feel like that's why I think baseball player tier for him. I don't know
I,
about starter. I liked Carson Williams a lot, but the amount that he swings and misses to me is concerningly high for a guy who also doesn't particularly hit the baseball that hard consistently.
he has though? I mean, just hitting that many minor league home runs and having just being in the major leagues now, we can see the bat speeds like plus plus. Like
Sure.
we know that he does. He has the ability to hit the ball hard,
But he
just,
might have to then drop that bat speed to make more contact because it seems like that bat speed
Possibly.
for him is impossible for him to be consistent at the plate. Like
it's such a different line for a shortstop though.
he's like sexy Taylor Walls.
I mean, yeah, kind of. But like how, like Mason Wynn this year is going to wind up being I don't think Carson Williams is the caliber defender of Mason Wynn. I think
Mason Wynn
Wynn-
also doesn't swing and miss as much either.
No, he doesn't. But it's very different. Like, that's another conundrum part of this. Would you rather have the guy who once in a while hits a home run but strikes out a ton, or would you rather Mason Wynn just kind of drag his feet to a 700 OPS?
I think I'd rather have Mason Wynn with the elite defense and 700 OPS, where Carson Williams is going to be like.
Do you think Carson Williams can be as valuable as a hitter as Mason Wynn was this season?
What's Mason Wynn's OPS this year? Like 710?
It is 675.
That's so low. Fuck. All right. He could definitely be that.
That's saying, and Mason Wynn's still going to be a four and a half.
Mason
player.
Wynn was hitting well at some point, right?
Mason Wynn's played through some injury this year. Mason Wynn's also only a year older than Carson Williams, which is part of it. But and Mason Wynn's also he's a better defender. I'm not
way better. He's
I'm not trying to chastise Mason Wynn. I'm just
the-
saying when you're an elite defender, you get a lot more breaks as a shortstop.
Man, my guts tell me baseball player, but I'll put him in starter for you.
I think he plays too good a defense. The start of this year is getting fat.
I know. I just he's the one I feel super weird about. Where I used to be so big on him, and I've completely gone out. But maybe that's exactly what he needs. I'm a jinx.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who is this, James?
Chad Patrick.
Yeah, Chad Patrick. Let's
Got
go. He
that
wasn't
one.
on
There we
your
go.
initial list. That's why I wanted to see if you knew who this guy was going to be.
Yeah,
He
sure. I
is
forgot about him.
the most forgettable face ever.
Yeah, he's just him. He's Chad Patrick. Like that's a name that you have for an American in a movie when people from other countries can't name Americans.
So where are you putting Chad Patrick as the pitching whisperer? Because this is
Ah,
another one. I feel the Brewers fans are going to hate your guts because I know where you want to put him.
I kind of want to put him in baseball
I
player
knew that's where you're going to want to put him.
because like who's the worst pitcher? Who's the worst starting pitcher we have right now? And start the good. I mean, I guess, but this is a problem with like AJ Smith Shawver maybe then should be baseball player as well. Like maybe if we can like adjust these rankings as we go down the list because like Patrick will be there. Like he'll be a functional starting pitcher forever. But like he was
What
so
if I
good for
told
the,
you that Chad Patrick's 5 years older than AJ Smith Shawver? Does that make you feel better?
that to me I would have honestly possibly guess more. But I just he pitched so well this year results wise. His own organization was just like go back to the minor leagues. Like, we don't even trust this.
I'm cool with him a baseball player as well. I want that to be known. I'm not
Two,
I'm
two
not
Nationals,
screaming
two
the
Brewers.
praises of Chad Patrick, but I think this is to praise the Brewers as an organization because I think outside of this organization, these guys do not operate in nearly the same way.
No, like if you switched Brad Lord and Chad Patrick and what organizations they were
Probably
part
the
of.
exact same.
No, or it'd be worse. Chad Patrick goes down to quadruple A, and Brad Lord might be talking about as a starter.
Yeah, which is kind of funny to think about. But I
Yeah,
do agree with you there. I don't know. Like, I mean, the sentence you said was kind of perfect. His organization thought he was so good that they sent him down to AAA.
yeah, because they also they had too many starters. Like that's true, but they were just like we don't believe.
All right, Chandler Simpson. We've talked about him before. He's quad A for me.
I was gonna say baseball player, but
Okay.
if you want to do quad A, you want to be like that's the stand that you take. Like I'm cool with that, but
He's just fast.
yeah, he is. To him not being a good defender is a big problem. It
He's
just doesn't.
like
It's really bad.
I get he's hitting for average, but like he's just fast.
Yeah,
And I don't know if he's going to hit for average forever. I feel like we saw Billy Hamilton play already, and he was elite defensively. He is not even close to the defensive player that
that's
Billy
that
Hamilton ever was.
that is the biggest problem. He can't play defense. If Chandler Simpson was even an average defensive center fielder, I'd be putting him in starter. But the
Yes.
fact that he's a bad defensive center fielder, you're giving up a corner outfield spot and a guy that's going to hit 0 home runs. It's a hard one to fold on.
I got a fun one here, James. I got my here it comes. I think this is going to be our first MVP Cy Young. Chase Burns, I think, has Cy Young potential written all over him.
I was going to put him there too, but I thought you'd kind of push back. But I think he is that good. He's another one of these like these tests. If you can see Chase Burns pitch, you see the stuff, you see how many guys he was striking out versus where the ERA actually lands. It's like he's so good. Like he could be like the 1A to Hunter Green's one for the Reds for years to come.
All the stuff that people like loved about Paul Skeens, they're different. I'm not saying they're the same, but all the stuff that they loved about Paul Skeens out of college, Chase Burns didn't get like the same love as Paul Skeens, even though the stuff was similar-ish.
I Similar-ish kind of. I think it's fair because Paul Skeens has 8 pitches now.
Sure.
And
Well, now I'm saying out of
Yes.
college.
Out of college, he still mixed like 4 or 5 well enough. I think Chase Burns, I don't know if you ever even get a third pitch,
You don't
which
think
I think
so?
could hold. I don't know. Like usually, a lot of times when the guys are that, I also don't know if he needs one. But a lot of times when the guys are from that slot are just crazy fastball, crazy slider, you mix enough curve like just enough curveballs and changeups once in a while to keep the lefties a teeny tiny bit off kilter. Like that's it. But I truly might have argued him for All Star because of that. But
So then
if you feel that,
I
I'm happy to put him there.
here's what I'll say, and maybe this is why we talk through this. I think he might. I don't necessarily know if he'll win a Cy Young, but I think that he'll be in the conversation for winning the Cy Young. So maybe that's like he does feel much better though than Bubba Chandler and Cade Horton, though, right?
Then Bubba Chandler, I actually don't really think so.
No, you don't think
I,
so?
I
like
think him.
Burns
I think him
more.
and Bubba Chandler are quite similar. I think first of all, him and Bubba Chandler are the same age, which I think is interesting about this. I think Bubba Chandler isn't that far off of his fastball or slider, and I think Bubba Chandler has a better changeup.
Okay, so then maybe that's the argument for Chase Burns and All Star.
I do think Chase Burns is great though. Like I think he could be the 1-2 in your rotation in real life. You might not feel bad, but Cy Young is such a high bar. Like the last 2 pitch pitcher to win a Cy Young is
Jacob DeGrom,
DeGrom, and he's not. He isn't
Blake
DeGrom.
Snell too ish.
Yeah, when Blake's not one, he was kind of mixing the third pitch, but it's I don't know.
It also is. It's so hard to win a Cy Young. So like I could see him. You know what? I'm fine. I'm fine putting him in All Star. I'm cool
Yeah.
with it.
I think that's more where he belongs. While that's still incredible, I think he's a lot better than Cade Horton.
He
Which
will
people are gonna
be-
scream at me for that.
he will be like a top 5 Cy Young finisher, I think, a couple times in his career.
Yeah, that Blake Snell Cy Young, that was 2023, correct?
2023 and then 2021,
Yeah,
right?
there's still plenty of changeups and
Okay. What
curveballs.
about 2021?
2021, yeah, but kind of each those are kind of like 4 pitch Cy Young seasons.
Okay.
He threw 4 pitches at least 10% of the time in each of them. Only two were really good, but he still threw
Yes.
4.
I wish this guy wasn't in Colorado because if he wasn't, he'd be in my Cy Young tier, but he is.
Well, but don't we have to take that into consideration?
No,
Like,
I
isn't
know. Of course, I'm not putting him there. I'm not insane. I'm not an insane person. When
yeah,
he's on the Colorado Rockies, he is the perfect 4A player. Reason
yeah.
being, on the road, he's awesome. At home, he's unpitchable.
He'll never be good at home. Like,
No, I'll
I
never forgive the Monfort family for what they did to my king, Chase Dolander. I watched him pitch at Tennessee. He made like a debut. I don't remember what team it was against, but remember watching him being like, "Oh my god, I think this is Jacob deGrom reincarnated as a pitcher in college." He was so sick, and then the Rockies drafted him.
just to give you guys the Chase Dolander home road splits. At home, he's made 11 starts. His ERA is 10, and his WHIP is 2. On the road, he's made 10 starts. His ERA is 3.46. His WHIP is 1.17.
So much better on the road. It's crazy, and that's still also with dealing with the coming back from Colorado nonsense too.
Yeah,
Not really even understanding how your pitches work because half the time you pitch and they're completely different. It's such a disservice to baseball and the Dolander family. The Monforts drafted him.
absolutely. It's a shame, but yeah, it's just the reality.
Chase Mydroth. So I think this is probably where me and you are going to disagree a little bit. I think he's a baseball player.
Oh, I was gonna happily say
Oh,
baseball player.
okay. Because I was going to say, I don't think he starts on most teams, and I think it's because of the White Sox, but I think the White Sox have allowed us to see that he's going to be a major leaguer for his career.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's anything taking him off being a major leaguer, and I am impressed that he's able to handle shortstop defensively. I think that changes a lot. Because if he wasn't able to do that, he might have squeaked down to quad A. Because if he was like a
Yes.
second base, third base, righty bat with no power, it's hard to find a spot even on a roster. But his patience, being a plus defender, that to me is for sure a baseball player.
I'm a fan of Christian Moore. I hate how little we've seen of him. I also hate what the Angels do player development wise. It's pretty, again, unfair to a lot of these guys where they're like, "You're not ready, but we don't care. We were going to get you up because you're free." I think it's tough to judge right now. I think he ends up being a good player, but based on what we've seen, I don't think I can put him anywhere higher than baseball player.
I was gonna say baseball player because even at the end of the day, he probably maxes out as like 750 OPS guy.
Yeah, with like maybe one season where he sprinkles in like a nice little pop off here and there because he is a good hitter, but
And he'll wind up getting a lot of shine for fantasy baseball because being a second baseman who could easily pop 20 homers, like
yes.
that'll help him out there. But I still question. I mean, it is weird what the Angels do, but it does let us know there's a lot more development that can and probably will happen for a guy like Christian Moore in the majors.
His best season will probably be on another team.
Yeah, sadly, probably true.
James, who's this guy with the rubber duck hat?
I don't know who this guy is, the rubber duck. I was looking at him trying to figure him out. I got no clue. Kobe Thomas.
No, Colby Thomas is on the A's. Come on now,
Oh,
he's
sure,
over
yeah.
there. CJ Kafis.
CJ Cavas. Probably also just a baseball player. You can argue quadruple A.
I was gonna go for quadruple A. I
Okay.
I don't see the profile. Like again, it's one of those weird ones. It's because he's on the Guardians and they're so cheap and all that. I mean, his OPS is better than I thought, but he's such a roller coaster player with how this season's gone. He gets hot, he gets cold.
He is, but he got to the major leagues relatively fast. What the Guardians usually do, just letting these guys sit in AAA forever, so they make sure they get their prime in the majors. But he probably,
Does he have a position? I don't think he can play the outfield.
he definitely can. He's probably not going to play first base. He's probably like a bad DH. I like him more than quadruple A, but you put Dola into there, so I'll give you that. But I think
Okay.
I think Kafis is an adequate talent, and him being a lefty bat makes me give him a little bit more credit.
Yeah, I think this quad A spot too is almost like I need to see a little more. I need to see a change before I can do anything.
That's fair. Just to kind of like you still got to prove it a little bit.
Because as much as I love Kobe Mayo, I think we've now seen a stretch where he's 4A right now. I don't think he can be anything above that.
Do you know how old Kobe Mayo is?
23.
He's still 23.
Yeah, okay.
I understanding what we just went through as Mets fans with Brett Beatty, I give a guy like Kobe Mayo a lot more credit, but we're at the same time, there still needs to be a lot to happen to make him be someone who like guarantees himself a spot in major league rosters.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I put him in that quad A thing. It's just like we've seen a lot of it, or we've seen enough of him where the issues haven't been able to be outweighed by the amazing stuff he can do, which is hit the baseball really hard.
It's also such a shame for a guy like Kobe Mayo because if he could have been coming up for an Orioles team a few years ago for old Camden Yards,
Yes.
he would have been made in the shade. But right now, it's just something that I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. But at the same time, like his contact rates aren't bad. His whiff rate isn't bad. Like it's weird that he hasn't made more contact and like done a little bit more. The thing that scares me about Kobe Mayo, I talked to you about this a good bit
Yeah.
off camera. He gets a lot of pitches in the zone. That to me, for some reason, means the pitchers are just not very afraid of him, and they
Yeah.
know they can just blow stuff by him.
I just need to see a little more. Like I loved Kobe Mayo out of the draft. Still do as a player, but at some point I have to get over like the preconceived
Yeah,
notion I had of him as a player. And I think right now, I think Orioles fans would agree. Like, you can't really feel good if he's your starting first baseman next year.
no, definitely not. Not on a team that has playoff aspirations.
Colby Thomas, here he is. Colby Thomas. I low key like Colby Thomas a lot. He's a good athlete, hits the ball hard, throws hard. I think he's a baseball player.
Yeah, but he's also there's just I mean I guess he's actually been more productive as a hitter this year than I
Yeah.
thought, but he's also hasn't been as good of a defender as I thought. He's I guess like he's what's is he that different right now than Kobe Mayo to you? What's the big difference between them? Just defensive value?
Yeah, I think defensive value. I think he could play all three outfield positions. Like I think he might end up being a center fielder just because of how much he can fly. And he has one of the best arms in baseball, and he's rocking a 700 OPS on a team that's
And
like
100 at bats. Who cares about 700 OPS and 100 at
yeah,
bats?
but he's still. What's his max exit velo? Do you know it? Because I know it.
I could find it right now.
What
Oh,
if I told you
115.
it? Yeah,
Yeah, 115.
115. Like that to me is kind of crazy for a
But
guy who can
it's
also run and throw.
at the same time, it's also probably like league worst plate discipline.
Sure, but he does the
Like
other side.
it's
Like I don't know this. He's like hitting a ball 115 with that speed and that arm. I don't know, super freak athlete. I think that's always a baseball player.
I guess would you be fine if he was the fourth outfielder on a playoff team next year?
Yes, totally, 100%.
All right, if you feel that way, yeah, I would have argued quadruple A, but I'll give you that.
I think that he'd be a great fourth outfielder on teams because he has the ability to actually do something like running bases, hitting, good fielder. I think he could be there.
All right, that's fine.
Cole Young. I like Cole Young a lot. He actually has great exit velos at the top end. He just doesn't really hit the ball in the air very much. Probably baseball player for Cole Young.
I would say probably a baseball player. The one thing that's working against Cole Young is that he's been dreadful defensively this year, which is
Really?
not
Okay. Didn't know
it's
that.
but it's not part of the scouting report. So I tend to think that sometimes the smaller sample OAA, especially for a rookie in their first season, I'm super okay with ignoring it and still giving him baseball player. But that's something that's in the tickler file to watch for Cole Young if he can wind up handling or not handling second base because that'll change things a lot for him.
Colson Montgomery, someone who you've been very vocal on. I think Colson Montgomery is a good baseball player. I don't see him as like a consistent all-star. I see him more in that
No.
starter tier.
Oh, I was gonna argue for starter if you just said baseball player, but I think he's kind of he's someone also though who I don't know if he can ever maintain even a 310 on base percentage.
Yeah, might be tough.
And yeah, but he has similarly to the conversation we had with Mydroth, he's handled shortstop defensively. If he can handle shortstop defensively, he's definitely again now we have to keep identifying the worst guys in these tier. Like Carson Williams is now the worst guy in the starter tier.
Yes.
I think him and Augustine Ramirez in a way. So I think that maybe AJ Smith-Shawver as a pitcher. So I think the Carson Montgomery easily clears those guys.
Connolly Early, just called up by the Red Sox. James, I don't know a thing about this guy, so I'm just handing this one off to you. I've been blind to Connolly Early, which is the whitest name I've ever heard in my life.
Were you not hip to him in that draft 2023?
No, no. These Virginia pitchers sneak under the radar because it's like him, Andrew Abbott, like these guys, they sneak under the radar a little bit to me.
He's sensational, Conley
Okay.
Early. Conley Early might wind up starting a playoff game. It's funny that Peyton Tolley took a lot of the shine for the Red Sox quick call up because he was just drafted last year and he's got like a cool vibe. He's got the big mustache, looks like he smokes Marlboro Reds. Conley Early is absolutely, unbelievably, disgustingly nasty.
Okay.
Conley Early, he's an extension king, first of all. So he's
Nice.
a 7-foot extension guy, which helps the 94-mile-an-hour velocity as a lefty. So as a lefty, with 94-mile-an-hour average fastball velocity and 7 feet of extension, he's coming in as probably top 15, top 10 fast perceived velocity for lefty starting pitchers.
Yeah.
So starting from that spot right there, changeup is absolutely, completely lethal. Head over heels, disgusting pitch. Tons of drop on it, tons of bite. He's getting a 40% whiffs on it already. Great curveball. He's a slider's pretty good too. Like he puts righties, he gives righties fits. Which if you're a lefty, you can give righties fits. You're going to be in the major leagues forever. It's only been 2 or 3 starts, so I have trouble convincing myself for all-star.
Okay.
But it's like I'm beginning
Make
to
a take.
think
Make a take.
that-
Plant your flag somewhere.
I don't know if I want to plant my flag there because especially I talk to you about this all the time with the Red Sox. as a left-handed starting pitcher for the Red Sox, you're going to have trouble unless you're Garrett Crochet. I'm not going to call him Garrett Crochet. I'm putting him as right now, I think the best starting pitcher in our starters tier.
Okay, goes in the
Like I
starter
put
tier.
him over Schlittler for sure.
Cool, that's fine. Again, not hip to him at all. I've been out of the Connolly early loop. I saw he got called up, didn't see much on him. Just hasn't been on my feed. Can't watch every single player every single time they make a debut.
No, that boy nice. He's really tough to pick up because the way he spins everything, it's like you can't really tell anything apart. And
Okay.
he's coming. It's a low arm slot, and he's coming extending all the way at you. He's an uncomfortable at bat.
I like Dalton rushing, and I think his numbers are so bad because he's not playing every single day, and I think it's tough to pick up the bat like twice a week, especially as a lefty in that lineup. I tend to lean starter because all the underlying stuff feels good with Dalton rushing, but he has been horrible in what we've seen thus far. But the Dodgers are keeping him around, so that tells me something.
It is funny the Dodgers are keeping him around. I kind of have trouble realizing why sometimes.
Yes,
Like I understand that he's probably a better backup catcher than Austin Barnes,
I think that
definitely.
might just be it, and he's got
But
options. I don't know.
at
He's
the same time, you had a lot of confidence in Austin Barnes defensively. And then at the same time in the last couple of weeks, Dalton Rushing and Will Smith were both injured.
yeah.
They called up Ben Rortfurt, who's like also again like a tolerable backup catcher. I
I
understand
I like
wanting
rushing from the stance of good exit velos, good bat speed, good barrel rates, doesn't chase. And that to
yeah,
me tells me he's going to be a good baseball player.
I I don't disagree with any of that. But at the same time, even with like on and off helter skelter playing time, seeing a 40% strikeout rate for anyone
Is concerning.
makes me really think twice because I'm not gonna ever
Except
get
Carson Williams.
yeah except Carson Wentz. I mean it's all in rushing. I don't know. Is he a super elite defensive catcher?
No, he's not. He's completely fine. He's probably a first base DH guy.
Okay, Carson Williams is only there for that defense.
No, I know.
He's
I
like
know.
to me that's kind of like a bad version of Andrelton Simmons, who still played thousand major league
Or
baseball
a good
games.
version of Andrelton Simmons. No.
Well, he's not. Yeah, no. I mean, maybe whatever.
Because he'll
But
hit.
yeah, I don't know. Rushing. I guess I'll still give you starter because we can't. I don't want to hold something against the massive prospect pedigree and everything we know about that, but I don't know. I need to see more of it. He'll also never start for the team he's on. So
You got anything on David Morgan, James?
David Morgan, no, but I'll try to figure something out.
He's been
He's
a
Guardians?
good reliever. No, that's Eli Morgan, who's also
Yeah.
now in the Cubs. David Morgan's been with the Padres this year. He's hurt right now, but he's given him around 50 innings of a sub 3 ERA, a 1-1 whip, 25% K rate. Truthfully, I just think he's a baseball player. I put him on here because he pitched enough innings to basically like lose his rookie status, probably. Also, from the same time, he went to Hope International University. The only baseball player ever from that school. It has 1,100 undergrad. That's crazy to me.
He throws 98 with 2 breaking pitches. Like that's good enough to be a baseball player for me.
Baseball player. All right. Dalen Lyle has been hot.
Ooh.
He has been hot, but he swings a noodle. It's bizarre how hot he's been. I mean, this can happen. It's baseball. He's got slow bat speed, but he doesn't strike out. He gets on base. I like Dalen Lyle. I liked him out of the draft too, and this feels like just a slight swing adjustment, and we could really see him be a good player, I think. But
Maybe.
I'm okay with putting him in baseball player, all that being said.
Yeah, I think he's probably a baseball player because it's just not the defense will work against him. If you told me that Lau could be a center fielder, I'd be like, oh hell
Yes.
yeah, but he probably can.
Yeah.
And he's a lefty though, which helps.
Denzel Clark. This is going to be one of the weirdest ones to rank
Ugh.
because he is going to be the best glove that we see in center field for years and years and years. The guy makes plays that basically only PCA is the only guy that can come even close, and I don't think he even can. But he can't hit for shit.
No, so we have to now have the same Carson Williams conversation where we either have to put both of them on starter, or move both of them down to baseball player.
But the difference is Carson Williams will hit 20 home runs. Denzel Clark will probably hit 11 a year. And he's going to,
probably.
and he also can't. That's it. That's the only thing he'll do.
He has bat speed though. Like Denzel Clark has actual bat speed.
So if he just runs into it,
Yeah. Like can he? Like he could. But
he is probably such an elite center fielder that you just like on a good baseball team, you play him and you hit ninth, and anything's positive. Like he's Jose Siri-ish.
Juan Lagares is
Yeah.
kind of where my mind actually went more so because Lagares actually did have some bat speed. He never actually made contact with the baseball, but he's just being that good of defensive center fielder. Like I tend to think you're a starter,
Okay, I'm cool. I mean, he is so ridiculously good out there.
and like, he probably runs into a 700 OPS season.
At some point,
Yeah, you probably wind up at some point having like a 3-year average of him being an OPS plus of exactly 100.
I could buy that. I'm cool with it. What about this next
Fun.
Red Sox pitcher? You know who this one is?
Is that Dickie Fitz?
That is Dick Fitz, Richard
Nice.
Fitz. We saw him pitch in person in Double A when we saw the Mets play Somerset
Yeah.
Patriots. I'm honestly shocked the Yankees kind of just let him go.
He's got some real giddy up on a fastball. I know it's been not a good season for him. There's been injuries. Is he hurt? No, I'm thinking Hunter Dobbins the one who tore his
Yes, Hunter
ACL.
Dobbins is hurt.
But Dickie Fitz also is a bit of an older prospect, and he still hasn't really cashed in. But he has a lot of stuff. But I still struggle to put him above baseball player.
Well, that's where I was going to go. Is that I feel like he's a baseball player, he's a back end guy, but you're probably going to look at him for his career and be like, wow, like pretty good career for Dick Fitz.
Like Dickie Fitz could wind up being the Red Sox Tyler McGill, where you're always just like,
So much
why
so
can't
much
you be a
so.
starter? Like, why can't you put this
Like you
together
throw
consistently?
98. What the hell, man?
It's also another one where it's a bad fit for him in Fenway or any pitcher's park because just the way he throws his fastball to cut ride, like it's going to just get clobbered sometimes. Like that's part of the game with that. You get the whiffs, but you also get the homers.
Drake Baldwin. I think this is an easy all-star for Drake Baldwin. He's awesome.
I think he's awesome, but he's shown some major cracks defensively
Sure,
that I
but
think are worth, but that'll never keep him from an all-star game.
yes.
But I think that, and it'll never keep him even from being platooned as a catcher. But I do think there needs to be some brake pumping with all of the glazing for Drake Baldwin.
Sure, but I think because of how good of a hitter he is,
No, he's a fantastic
you
hitter.
can just completely
Easily.
look past how the defense looks.
No, 100%. I got flamed for a take though, saying he was bad defensively because people are just like, look at the red bubbles on Savant. Like, what do you mean he can't throw out base runners? I was like, look at the raw stolen base totals against him.
To be
It's like,
fair, I agree with them on that. I think that if the pop time's good, it's literally all on the pitcher. Like you
but
can't.
then why don't people steal on Sean Murphy as much? Same
What does
pitches.
Sean Murphy's look like?
I don't think. I think Sean Murphy's are super elite.
But
and Drake Baldwin's
like
just okay.
to be fair, his pop time is average, so it's not like he's an elite defender by any
That's it. I
means.
think he's a fine defensive guy, but I think that
Sean Murphy has a much better pop time. To be fair,
Oh, yeah, Sean Murphy's
Yeah.
significantly better defensive catcher. Drake Baldwin's fine, but I think it became a pump the brakes on the glazing a bit, but still
Sure.
putting him as an all star.
Imagine how bad they'd be without him this year.
He's really good.
Drew Gilbert. It's going to be people are going to
Interesting one.
freak it out at us probably of the take that we have with Drew Gilbert. I think he's a baseball player.
I think so too, because I like the underlying stuff with Drew Gilbert, but I do think that there is
Like he's a good fourth outfielder.
Drew Gilbert's a good fourth outfielder. If you're not too bogged down, if you have a good defensive center fielder on your roster who you trust, like Drew Gilbert's good there. But Drew Gilbert defensively will not be able to handle center field.
No.
And I think Drew Gilbert, he's gotten a little too famous for his own good the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think it was cool that this stuff happened, and I'm glad because Drew Gilbert is a cool guy. He's a maniac.
dope.
He's awesome. But there is like a weird thing that goes on where it's like we're treating him a little more than he actually was.
Yeah, which is why I would have contemplated quad A because I don't know where the hitting stats wind up for Drew Gilbert over the next 5 years. I really
Sure.
don't. Like if can he average a 700 OPS for 5 seasons?
I think he could. I do
All right,
think
then
he can.
I think he had to. I think that's about where you have to think about the line is. Again,
Yes.
I like Drew Gilbert. He's a guy I will always root for his entire career.
What about Dylan Beavers? Loved him at the draft. From what I've seen in person, not
awesome.
as much though.
Dude, he's so good. What are you talking about? What
I
don't you like about him?
I like Dylan Beavers, but for me, I see so much whiff. I don't know. It concerns me how
What
much
do
he
you
swings
mean?
and misses.
He doesn't swing and miss that much at all.
Am I thinking of somebody different? I think doesn't he swing and miss like 30% of the time?
Dude, no. He's league average whiff. He's league average bat speed. He's one of the best in the league with his chase rate. His plate display, and he also still swings at least enough in the zone to where his Seager is good but not great. I think Dylan Beavers is awesome.
He has to hit the ball hard though.
Yeah, but he has average bat speed.
What's his? I mean, it's 101 plate appearances, I guess. I don't know. To me, like, where did you think I was going to put Dylan Beavers? I think he's more baseball player than starter.
I would argue starter for Dylan Beavers.
I know he gets on base like at a crazy rate right now. Like the walk rate's nuts, but is that stable actually over the 100 plate appearances?
I think Dylan Beavers is going to settle in as like a 750 OPS guy who can have 20 homers and 10 steals.
Okay. Then that probably puts him in starter.
Maybe more like 16, 18 homers. That's possible if he can pop to 20 if things go perfectly right. But he's fast. Good athlete. We'll see how he winds up as a defensive player. I know people have been split on that. Lefty bat with platoon advantage. Like that's a guy who winds up being a corner outfield start. Like I think to me, he's like if Trevor Larnach was athletic.
Trevor Larnach wasn't athletic? Who am I thinking?
I think he kind of lumbers around.
Okay. Did they have another guy who just
Wallner?
Was Kirilloff athletic?
Kirilloff was athletic, but Kirilloff was kind of clunky.
Yeah, okay. So you
Kirilloff
want
was
to put
hitter.
Beavers in starter?
I think Dylan Beavers is a starter. This also might be, and you have to check me on this. Might be the fantasy baseball brain that seeps in because I know
I
Dylan Beavers is going to be an on base homer steal guy.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I
He's
don't
so
know.
fast. He's such a good
I
athlete.
don't know if he's going to be a home run guy, dude.
He might not be, but he lifts the ball enough. I see. I don't know.
I
I
don't
love the lift. I
He
love the
does
pull
does
and
hit
his
the ball
bat
in the
speed,
air a ton. That's going to
which
play for
helps.
him, and he's
He gets
pulling
the
the
loft.
baseball, which is going to help.
So we'll see. He's a fringy guy in this tier, though. I'll say that.
I think he's towards the bottom of this tier.
I think so too.
Dylan Cruz.
I'm not even gonna think of put him on starter because
Yeah.
I would if you caught me, if you caught me on a Friday night, I might 2 beers in, I might argue for Dylan Cruz for All Star, but I'm not going to do that here and now.
Yeah, no, I'm going to put him in starter too. I think that he could make All-Star teams, but we just have now seen enough where it's like you need to make a change. This profile will not play.
There's something about maybe it's his bat path or
I
just something.
I know
that
what it is.
What?
Come on, James. There's the common denominator.
Nationals.
Washington Nationals. That's it.
It's a shame because the talent is still great, and he's drastically improved the bat speed this year. Like I still see an easy 20 homer season, Dylan Cruz future, but it's just been a lot of baseball with this. For some reason, the stats have not been there while all the skills have. That's kind of strange.
Edgar Caro.
Probably just a baseball player.
I was gonna say even.
I mean, quad A.
He does make so much contact, which probably makes you a baseball player at the catcher position.
Yeah, and like he
feels quad A to me because he his punches don't hurt, but like he's not great defensively either. That's the other twist to all of this is he is like bad defensively.
He's one of those guys who you can just see has that gift where he finds a way to get the meat on the bat every time he puts the ball in play. He just does.
He does make contact.
Like it's amazing, and it's not really bad contact either. For someone who swings as much of a noodle as he does to actually hit the ball relatively hard like he does, while it's not off in the air, he doesn't often pull it. He can just he would be a fantastic backup catcher, switch hitter, kind of like a roster weapon. While if you trust the defense of your starting catcher,
James, I'm gonna because we're an hour into this and we still have half of our guys still. Give me 30 quick seconds on as to why you're going to put Grant Taylor in the All-Star tier.
Grant Taylor's fastball metrics are just absolutely sensationally crazy. He strides the whole way down the mound. He's going to set 100. I just don't know if I ever trust the White Sox actually moving back to the rotation.
So where do you want to put Grant Taylor? This is your guy.
I'd put him starter, good reliever.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I think he will be a good reliever.
I didn't realize we're already an hour through this.
But this is also why we started this. This would be a good test for the people. Do you like just hearing us talk nonsense for an hour?
Yeah, literally.
Heriberto Hernandez. I'm going to tell you this. Augustin Ramirez hits the ball harder, but Heriberto Hernandez might be a better hitter.
Maybe. Is he, though? I don't know.
I like him. I like Heriberto Hernandez. I think he hits the ball hard enough. I think he makes consistent enough contact where it will play. He has no position whatsoever. But I think he's baseball player.
Why doesn't he have a position? You don't think he could be a tolerable defensive outfielder?
I don't know. I don't think maybe in the corner. That's probably where he's home.
Yeah, he's put up 300 innings in the outfield this year, and OAA says he's fine in the corner.
I mean, I guess I do trust OAA more than just eye stuff for the outfielders, especially. I don't know. Feels like a baseball player to me.
I really feels like a baseball player, but I think there's a funny conversation about him and Augustin Ramirez. If they had different PR firms.
I started it. You want to know why? Because Heriberto came from, I believe, the Rays to Rangers, then to the Marlins. Augustin Ramirez came from everybody's favorite farm system that makes nobody the New York Yankees.
Heriberto Hernandez is part of a bunch of strange trades over the years, but there's something there.
Hunter Dobbins. We saw him go down to a major injury.
ACL.
It's going to be tough because that's a major injury for a pitcher to come back to.
Yeah, but he probably he has enough nonsense breaking stuff where he could just probably be a back-end starter, 6-7 starter. A little bit. I think he's a little bit better than Brad Lord, and Brad Lord's our worst baseball player right now.
He's similar to Dick Fitz.
Yeah.
In value, not in how they pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
Hurston Waldrop. You love Hurston Waldrop. I'm interested to see how high you put him.
I like Waldrop a lot, but I still don't think I'm ready to give him All-Star.
Okay. So that would be...
like seeing the pitchers now the All-Star tier. Like I know Waldrop's a step below them, but I like Waldrop significantly more than his teammate AJ Smith-Shawver.
That's fair. I think that splitter is just the ultimate pitch right there.
He's done what Smith-Shawver needs to do, which is just assemble junk around the splitter. Just make a lot of nonsense happen so the splitter can really play, but you don't have to super rely on it. But I am curious as to how many strikeouts versus how many walks Waldrop can actually come by over the next few years.
Hae-Sung Kim.
Whew. Wow, it's a weird one.
My take is 4A.
If Haesung Kim and Chase Maedra switched teams, how differently would we view them?
The one difference is that Haesung Kim does swing and miss a crazy amount.
Yeah, he probably actually is a 4A guy.
Like
But it's also it's a
he's
similar
rocking like a 30% whiff rate, and he doesn't hit the ball hard at all.
it's your similar conversations though about the happenstance playing time.
Sure.
Like if he,
Do you think whiff rate's really a playing time thing?
I'm gonna check his AAA whiff rate.
Yeah,
That's
check
gonna
it
be the
in
thing
there.
that
Yeah,
shows me.
help me out there. He also, I mean, they both swing pool noodles, but
He also didn't hit that well in AAA, but it was the PCL, so everyone hits really well, so everyone looks a little different. But Haesung Kim, when he was in AAA with the Dodgers, the whiff was in check. It was a 12% swinging strike, which isn't great, but it's also not exactly bad. I'll give you quadruple A because I think he fits the build of a lot of the guys who are on that tier, but I would not be surprised if Haesung Kim winds up being baseball player, platoon guy for sure.
fair. I think also because he's so cheap, the Dodgers will make him that.
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe, whatever. That's fine putting him in quad A. Ian Seymour.
Ian Seymour, he kind of flew so under the radar this year because while the Rays did something amazing through the first half of the season, only 6 different starters threw for them. Just a testament to how healthy all those guys were. And then the one guy who made the spot start was Joe Boyle. And Seymour and Joe Boyle were together at AAA all season.
Yes.
And they didn't have dissimilar stats, strikeout rate, ERA, all that stuff. Seymour was kind of cruising alongside of him. But Seymour throws 92 while Joe Boyle throws 100. So he lost a lot of shine. But Seymour is
Baseball player, I think.
to me, I'd argue starter because those lefties just kind of hang around. They've
They've been using him as a reliever this year, right?
No, he's been. So I mean, they have, but he had started as well.
Okay. I'll give you
I
that.
just-
You're the pitching guy.
It's a lot. It's a real nonsense repertoire. It's 91 to 93, but like he's got to change up in a color that I think are tolerable. Bump down the baseball player till we see a little bit more.
Okay. See a little bit more.
I think
It's a weird combo.
because the relief appearances are bumping up where that velocity is. If that velocity winds up closer to 90 as a starter, he probably can never be considered more than a 5.6.
Isaac Collins.
Isaac Collins is fun. I mean, Isaac Collins, he's still been good despite not reaching those same heights he got in that massive hot streak during the summer. But I think he's still just he's a good ball player.
I
He's just
agree.
he's such a classic Brewer.
I mean, I think he goes in the starter tier 100%. I think that's his home. I think he'll have a nice little major league career. He's also a sneaky older rookie as well.
He's 28.
Yeah, 28. Shout out to Colorado Rockies.
And small.
Yes.
Small. He's 5'8".
He's us. We
Shout out
stand
to
our
short
short
kings.
kings. Let's go.
5'8",
Isaac Collins.
190 though. It's yoked.
Yeah, I'm 5'9", 170 right here. Come on now.
Built a little different. But I like Isaac Collins. But I'm kind of happy the rookie of the year stuff kind of faded a little bit because I don't think he's that, but he's quite good.
Rookie of the year is going to be Drake Baldwin, right?
Cade Horton I think might be too good to deny at this
Shit.
point.
Fuck. It is going to be Cade Horton. I made a future on Drake Baldwin preseason, and it was like 20 to win $500. Damn it. I really would have loved if that would cash.
Yeah, that's going to be a shame.
Mets need to shell Cade Horton next week and let Drake Baldwin get hot, please.
That's exactly what it is.
Jack Caglione's probably going to be one of the more frustrating ones to talk about. I'll never be out on him.
I think it has to be similar to Dylan Cruz. We just have to put him at starter.
I think so too.
Cite the pedigree, cite the physical tools he still has. We're still at a spot where like no one in the league can hit the ball harder than Caglione, despite not producing at all while
Or
trying to
ever
learn
hitting the
hitting the
ball.
on the fly. Yeah, literally. And he's a weird one too, because if you've been keeping up with a lot more of the bat path stuff that Baseball Savant did this year,
Nah, not as much.
very flat swing relative to the power, which I think is an interesting concept for a guy like him. Like it's not a lot of tilt.
Okay. Yeah, I think similarly with him and Cruz, they've been bumped down based on how they're playing this year. Something they keep an eye out for. If we see more and more of this performance, they go further and further down. But it's hard to ignore how good they were prior to this year.
And I think how good they still definitely can and will be as 22 and 23-year-olds.
Jack Dreyer. What do you got on him? Because to me, this feels mega baseball player.
Well, I mean, you know Alex Vesia well, right?
Yes.
They have recreated him in a laboratory.
Okay.
He's a good reliever.
That he's a good reliever. Okay.
To me, he's for sure a good reliever.
All right.
He's going to be getting
He's got the
lefties
velo
out.
like that?
Yeah. No, he doesn't, but neither does Vesia.
I thought Vesia throws like 97 now.
No, Vesia was always a 94, 95 guy.
Is that true?
I'm double checking right now. I'm pretty sure Vesia was never the massive velo. Yeah,
I thought he started pumping it up again. No,
he's still 93.
Did they get Banda up?
Band maybe I can't remark on that, but Vesia has never been a velocity guy. Vesia peaked. He never had a season where his fastball averaged over 94
Okay.
and a half miles an hour.
Okay. So he might have
And
had pitches, but never. That
which
makes
is and
sense.
that's kind of what Dreyer is. But Dreyer is going to be getting tough lefties out for the Dodgers for the next 5 years.
Jack Leiter, starter,
I think he's got to be a starter. Like
right?
I know that it's ugly sometimes for Jack Leiter. Like he doesn't
His
have a
bad
lot,
appearances are bad.
and sometimes his good appearances are bad as well. But I still like Leiter's just it's always going to come down for commands Leiter, and I feel like he's going to get better at that,
I
right?
agree. Yeah, I think so too. That's something that surely just has to come with pitching more.
And just he still sits 97 with 7 feet of extension. Like I wish that he missed more bats, but I do think a lot of this comes down to command because Jack Leiter's problem is that he can only kind of be in the middle or miss, and that hurts your ability to get chases because sometimes your misses are not competitive and you can't make hitters make difficult decisions on the edges. So I
Yes.
think that hopefully with more seasoning, Jack Leiter can get that. But the fact that he's going to put up a 150 inning season with an ERA under 4, I give him some credit for that, even though he might not deserve exactly an ERA under 4.
I'll be honest, when you put Jack Perkins on the list, I did not know who this guy was. So I'm really going to need you to tell us why Jack Perkins is even on here.
Perkins is fun. He's another guy who's going to get just boned by his stadium because if they have to keep pitching in Sacramento, it's going to stink for him. But Perkins is going to sit 96, 97. He has a cool bridge in his repertoire. When I say he has a bridge, it means he's got a four-seam fastball that's not a great shape. It kind of moves out to his arm side, but then he has a cutter that has good bite off that. Then he has a sweeper that goes far across zone. It's great. But he's another guy who I don't know how he's getting the lefties out, but I think that he's going to get ample chances to prove that he can. There's a changeup in there. It's not great, and he leans on it a bit, but he's still throwing that changeup less often to lefties than the sweeper because he's so much more comfortable in that sweeper, and he can gas the sweeper up to 86, so it can get that really good back foot bite. So I'm wondering how it adjusts next time around the league, but I like Jack Perkins a lot. I think Jack Perkins is going to be a pitcher in this league.
Where's he go?
I think no, I think his worst case scenario is a good reliever, so I'd put him there. And
Okay.
I think he can probably wind up being a decent starter.
Jackson Job's a fun one because I think there was a lot of hype on him, but I don't think I can put him anywhere higher than starter, good reliever right now. And we're not going to see him pitch for like an entire year.
Yeah, I guess it's probably not worth the argument to put him above starter good reliever because he just wasn't missing bats. But
No, that was the concerning thing is that all this stuff
Weird.
that looks so nasty just disappeared at the major league level.
yeah, but that was another one where it's like stuff plus. Like why can't your this great fastball miss the bats? But it's probably a sequence thing. He's probably another one because he's still so young.
Yes.
If Jackson Jobe had 3 All-Star caliber seasons from 29 to
Wouldn't
31,
shock me.
wouldn't even be close to shocking.
But I think right now my money's on that he's just more of a good starter than he is that kind of player.
I think that's fair.
Jacob Lopez, one of the older guys on this list
Ooh.
as well. Massive lefty, one of the weirdest pitchers in baseball. The guy is a lefty with like an insane extension. Weird pitcher. I think he's a baseball player just because he's weird.
I think I would definitely argue starter for him, but I think we're really filling up the starter tier.
Yeah.
You know where he went to school?
I saw. Did he go to like the College of the Canyons?
College of the Canyons, bizarre.
Yeah.
But he's such a contact suppression monster with a high strikeout rate. Like when I see a guy not give up any barrels whatsoever, which I don't really know how much I trust that year to year, but then also push a 30%
Especially 'cause
strikeout rate.
his ground
that's
ball
just-
rate
that-
is so low, so
No,
it's crazy that he doesn't give up barrels. Doesn't really make
he's a
sense.
big time fly ball guy. But he's just I don't know how you cannot say he's starter after watching him pitch this year.
Okay, I'm cool with it. If you want to put him in starter as opposed to baseball player,
I think definitely.
Jacob Mizorowski.
He's easy for me all-star and he might be higher.
I was thinking Cy Young,
Could he be our first Cy Young guy?
but
he's
is that
so
are we
good.
buying into too much of the hype? Because he has looked human.
No, I think human as a 23-year-old who went to JUCO is acceptable.
I mean, when he's on, watching him pitch, I don't understand how you actually ever make contact against him because where he's different from a lot of these pitchers is because he's so big and he has the extension. He's throwing 100 with like 7 feet of extension. So it's coming in at like 105 and the movement's insane. I almost
And-
I'm assuming his stuff grades well, but I almost wouldn't
course.
care if it didn't because
No.
of how insane the numbers and the reach and the extension are.
The cool thing also about Mizorowski is that we have watched him make some incremental improvements. Like he's getting more and more comfortable with that curveball, and that curveball sits 87 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and sometimes he can get like a foot of drop. Like it has the potential. Any slight improvements that he ever makes, he'll be sensational. And he still really doesn't know where the ball's going, and he still
No.
hasn't walked an egregious number of players. Like I think to me, it's like he has all the potential in the world to be that guy.
Yeah, I agree. I like putting him in the Cy Young tier. I do think that it's more likely for him to win a Cy Young than it is Chase Burns, and I feel even better about where we put Chase Burns.
Yeah, because because that's also where it went back to the conversation with Chase Burns, where it's like, is there something in you to get that third pitch?
Yeah.
But Burns, his fastball shape is much better, and the velocity is not that much different. But it's
Yes.
just where he released that fastball, it will be a little bit harder for him to break new stuff off it.
Jacob Wilson, it's a few at bats away from winning me a nice steak dinner. Me and James
Yeah,
make steak bets every year. We have a good history of them. It's crazy how tight every single steak bet we've ever made, except Nationals versus A's last year.
yeah, that was a bad one
That
for
was an
me.
easy one for me. Would
That
be
was tough.
you were not wrong just early, James. Jacob Wilson's going to win me a steak because we made a OPS bet him versus Nolan Shanuel. I took Jacob Wilson. I can't put him in All-Star though. As much as he made an All-Star team already. So he's the weird one where maybe I do put him in All-Star. He hits so well, but he does it in all the ways that I hate, which is just like extreme contact, never swing and miss, never walk, never hit home runs. He's getting the home run bump because he plays in Sacramento and the ball does fly out there. I see him more as an everyday shortstop. I don't know truthfully, but he'll fool people because he's going to hit 300, so he's going to make a bunch of all-star teams.
All right, good. I was prepared. I had my swords out to argue with you that he shouldn't be in the All Star tier, and a big reason is because something that we thought Jacob Wilson would have, that he hasn't had as a rookie. Maybe it's just a wonky year of OAA, but he hasn't been a good defensive shortstop.
I do wonder how much that has to play with the fact that the A's are not a great defensive team in general. So
That definitely
his
could
third
play.
baseman probably hurts him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that because they've also had kind of a rotating door at third base this year as well. They don't really have a guy there, but it's hard for me to say he's going to be an All Star when I don't know. Like
The
man,
one
maybe
the
he's not.
one
He also
thing
was an All Star, which is funny
I
how we're having
know
this conversation. He already was literally an All
that's
Star.
that and he is at that point where it's such elite contact consistently, or he's so elite at making contact consistently that it might outweigh how soft he hits the ball. But he
Yeah,
does still get some home runs.
I don't doubt him as a player at all. Like
Yeah.
I think Jacob Wilson is going to be a player in this league for a long time. Just being a player in this league for a long time, you will work your way into some All Star appearances.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like part of this comes down to ceiling. Like All Star means All Star, but All Star is more of like a feeling, a vibe you get. Like
Yes.
when you walk into every single season, especially you have to consider the position these guys play. Like we have to rank them about their like compadres at those spots. Like, is he ever going to be even the ninth best shortstop in baseball?
Probably
Because of how
not.
good that position is.
Probably not.
Like,
Yeah.
and he probably is the top of this starter tier. Like he
Yes.
probably is one of the better players in this group of guys. But I just can't like to me, like looking at like Cade Horton and Drake Baldwin, like Jacob Wilson's just not as good as them.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. Another fun one, Jacob Marcy. Jacobs have been fun. A lot of fun Jacobs.
A lot of fun, Jacob. Just Jacob with a K.
Jacob with a K. The numbers are out of control right now for
Yeah.
the amount of time he's played. Similarly, I don't think this is the kind of player he is by any means.
No, not. But at the same time,
He is very good.
he does a lot of things well. I think he'll continue to do well. And the biggest thing that really makes me like Jacob Marcy is that he's going to be a really good defensive center fielder. He
Yes.
flies around out there. If he can just be average hitter, like I know the 900 OPS will not sustain. If he's a 750 OPS hitter, which I actually think he has in him because the power is not absent
Yes.
and he makes tons of contact and he works the count. Like he takes really comfortable at bats. Like to me, he's again at the top of the starter tier.
I agree with you. I thought you were going to try and convince me for All-Star for that one. I'm
No.
a starter as well.
Top of the starter tier. Like he'll put up an easy 16 homer, 35 stolen base season with as a good defensive center fielder.
Jason Dominguez.
This is a weird one.
Man, do I want to have that take, James?
I figured you'd want to have that take. I was going to maybe push you off that take because again, look at the players in these tiers.
I know.
He's better than Caleb Durbin. Actually, is he?
I was just about to say, is he better than Caleb Durbin? I think we were hard on Caleb Durbin. I really
We
do.
might have been. Should we switch Caleb Durbin? Maybe push down Augustine because I'm looking at Augustine Ramirez as well.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Jason Dominguez. Apologies on the most overrated player video. Jason Dominguez is the most overrated player in baseball.
No way.
He's not very good.
Well, because he's adequately rated at this
He
point.
is not very good. Like he He is the worst outfielder I've ever seen that actually plays the position. It's crazy for a guy who played center field. He cannot figure out how to play left field. It's shocking. And while he's the problem is he's gonna run into some seasons. I know he's going to.
He's going to be no doubt he's going to be a good offensive player in his career.
At
I
some
have
point.
no doubt.
At some point. I don't know how consistently he's gonna be good.
I think
The-
that he'll sit around 750 OPSs and he'll run to some 850s.
He feels like Clint Frazier-ish to me.
That is such an egregiously bad
Why?
bias take.
Why?
It's stupid. He's a better hitter.
Clint Frazier did all the same stuff that Jason Dominguez did. Elite bat speed guy, hard exit velos. I think this is a weird thing that people have with Jason Dominguez where they refuse to be harsh on him.
Even right now, Jason Dominguez is going to be an above league average hitter while kind of going back and forth.
720
to the bench
OPS?
I think that's a 104 OPS plus.
I don't think so. Is it?
Yeah, check. I think the league average is around 715.
Jason Dominguez this year, 101 OPS plus.
That's it. And
That's
if you told me
gross.
that any 22-year-old was even a slightly above league average hitter, I tell you they're going to be a starter. That's it.
What if I find you one?
All right.
What if I find you one that's not?
Find me one.
God, I wish we had Clint Frazier like bat speed numbers, but like I think they actually profile pretty similarly.
I think that's you really trying to hate the Yankees as much as
I
possible.
think they profile him. I think we're forgetting how bad Clint Frazier was, or remembering too much how bad he was, and not the kind of player that he was when he came up.
I also think there's something huge about, and we've talked about this with other players like Dalton Rushing, where if you're this young and not getting that consistent playing time, and it's not, I'm not saying he should be, because I think the Yankees
Yes.
have better options right now because they're a World Series contending team than Jason Dominguez. But if Jason Dominguez was on the White Sox and he would have put up 600 plate appearances this year, and he had a 720 OPS with 20 home runs and 30 stolen bases, that's a starter. The thing that kills him though is the defense stuff.
What if
The
I told
defen-
Chase Mydroth has a 95 OPS plus?
That's the difference?
That's the difference between Dominguez being a starter and a baseball
Yeah,
player.
because we know how
Even though
Mydroth
Mydroth can play shortstop and Jason Dominguez is literal dog shit in left field, horrible, the worst outfielder in baseball, worse than Juan Soto, worse than Nick Castellanos in less time.
We also know why Mydroth has even close to that, because Mydroth is. I'm not gonna tell you he's a walk merchant. But he's a guy who really works those counts.
Yeah.
Like, if you could mix these two guys together, we could really have a baseball player. But Jason Dominguez is going to be a starter. He to me on this tier, because this starter tier has 40 players in it.
Yeah.
He's towards the bottom of this.
He's horrible.
If you told me Jason Dominguez or Dylan Cruz, I'm taking Dylan Cruz every single time.
Yes.
Like, that's not even a question. I think that.
Jason
I think-
Dominguez is Colby Thomas with good PR.
I mean, yeah, if Colby Thomas in this tier, Jason Dominguez has to be in this tier. 'Cause he's going to
Colby
be a better
Thomas
hitter
was
than
a
Colby
baseball
Thomas.
player.
Jason Dominguez will be a better hitter, more consistent hitter than Colby Thomas.
That'll be fun. But I want people to know I think Jason Dominguez is ass. All right.
Yeah, good. Make your announcement.
Javier Sanoja.
Quadruple A.
I was
Ufa.
gonna go Ufa.
Yeah, he's probably just not. Yeah, that's not probably it.
Jeremiah Jackson has been hot.
I call him baseball player.
I think he's a baseball player. I think he's done enough to stick around and
Yeah.
get some more looks.
He'll at least be one of these utility guys that hangs around the bottom of rosters for the next few years. Maybe some bad teams, but maybe that is okay. Maybe like next year, if he just becomes like what's his name, Ramon Urias for the Orioles. But he's not. Ramon Urias is very short-handed. But
Can I move Caleb Durbin up to starter? You're mean to Caleb Durbin.
If you want to move him up, fine.
I think he deserves that. I think
we can make any retroactive moves we want to make right now.
Joey Cantillo. He's been good recently.
I like Joey Cantillo a lot.
He's
I
been
think
good.
Some of the other pitching minds I like and respect don't like Joey Cantillo as much, but I really like Joey Cantillo. I think that there's a lot of
he's your
people
guy.
out there that don't respect lefties enough.
Me being one of them.
Because lefties, their stuff never pops. They do not throw as hard as righties. I don't know why, but they don't. But Joey Cantillo, some of the most extension league, 7.5 feet, gets all the way down the mound, and just lefties with changeups and curveballs. Those guys don't go out of style. And I love the Hawaiian element. Major League Baseball needs a Hawaiian guy.
Starter or good baseball player?
I'm giving him a starter.
It's your boy. I'll give him Jonah Tong. This is so tough.
This is so hard.
Trying to take the Mets bias out. And if I do, I think right now he goes in starter until we can see a real third pitch.
I think so, probably too. But I do. There's such a great piece of foundation to work with his fastball. He just needs something else to get there. And,
So
and
then-
honestly, something else might be his mentals, just to get a little bit older, a little more experience.
But then
I can't put him on All-Star based on what we've seen.
Okay. All right.
There's no way.
Starter from Jonah Tong. Jordan Lawler.
I can't stand Jordan Lawler,
You
dude.
can't stand him.
I just can't stand the Jordan Lawler. The what's the what's the word I'm looking for?
Discourse.
I cannot stand the Jordan Lawler discourse.
I love
I
Jordan
can't.
Lawler.
The fact that he's only 23 is painful because we're gonna have to do this for 3 more years. But he might run into some good seasons. But to me, he's a baseball player.
I'm gonna put him in starter.
Why? Tell
Bec-
me why.
because I think he's another
What has
one
he
that
done?
he hasn't gotten any consistent playing time ever once at the major league level. They've never
Yeah, but
they've never given him a shot, and he crushes at AAA every single time. He's like a 4A. I think right now, physically right now, he's a baseball player. I think he will be a starter. I think similarly like some of these other guys.
doesn't it say something about him that they have nonsense playing every single day for that team in the infield? Tim Tawa, Blaze Alexander,
Ish.
and he still can't. Why not?
He's also come back from major. He's had shoulder injuries and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
too. Like
true.
I think that's part of it. He's had a tumultuous minor league career. Good word by me. SAT word of the day.
If you want to keep him there for the pedigree, we
I
can.
think
But
he's a pedigree guy too.
I think I have insane prospect fatigue with
That's
Jordan
fine.
Lawler.
You can have fatigue with him. That's okay. When he pops
Yeah,
off at 25, just remember this.
he's already 23.
Yeah, so in 2 years. Jason
Let's
Dominguez
see.
is 23 or whatever he is.
22 still.
Fucking Jason Dominguez.
Jason
Can't
Ming is
believe
actually 19 years old.
it. Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, sure. JT Ginn, right? Ginn?
JT Ginn. Yeah, I think Ginn's a ball player. I don't know if I can give him starter, but I think he's a baseball player.
I actually like Ginn. He gets a ton of whiff. He can't get strikeouts. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, because he doesn't have an out pitch.
I don't know. I think it's because he does walk a lot of guys too. Like there's a stat
He doesn't
sword.
walk a lot of guys at all.
I thought JT Ginn does walk a lot of guys because he's always like nibbling. He's got the nibble issue, I thought.
No, he just gives up massive contact. But he could be a ground ball guy. But to me, like you're
He
not
walks
going into.
8%. It's not like he's not.
I think that's league average.
It's about league average.
Yeah, so I think he's. To me, it's just I don't see enough
Okay.
stuff for me to be like he's going to be like a real guy. But I think he's fine to be a baseball player.
Justin Sterner.
Sterner, I loved the stuff, but he got pelted.
Yeah. He
got
started off hot,
crushed.
and it seems like once the scouting report came out, people were like, not that hard to hit. So for
He
me,
still actually only has a 3.4 ERA in 60 innings.
he feels like baseball player to me more. Is that crazy to say?
I'll give you that, but I mean, if he threw 96 instead of 94, I'd give you that. But he gets a lot. A 26% strikeout rate and a 3.4 ERA for a rookie reliever.
What's his walk rate?
7.
That's better than I thought.
That is a good reliever. He gets chases and he gets whiffs. That's better than I thought too. I thought the
All
stats
right,
were going
think
to be
good
much
reliever
worse.
then.
I guess he kind of has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin Robleski. Robelski?
Robleski. I think that he might have to be a quad A.
That's where I was thinking with him. He's a lefty
Yeah.
still, so I'm not willing to put him in the UFI yet, but I think he's a quad A guy.
He could wake up and be good one day, but that day is not today or tomorrow.
Christian Campbell.
It's a tough one.
This is a really tough one because if you asked me on April 20th, I'd be talking no doubt all-star for years and years. And then he looked horrendous for a month, and I'm like, I don't think that bumps him too far down, but I think it's more realistic to say that he's a starter right now than he is consistent all-star.
I think he has to be a star. I think starter. I'm so curious about where his defensive home winds
I
up.
played him at first, right?
They tried him at first, short, center field. It's a very strange mix, but you don't see that every day.
Dalton
I just
Varsho.
don't- Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that home winds up being, and I do hope that he can get back to hitting because when you went back down AAA this year, it seems like he took some of the struggles with it.
Yes.
Like he didn't smash the cover off the ball. He's also still quite young, so I think he still winds up being a starter in this league. But it's going to be an interesting thing to see how he progresses the next few seasons.
Former New York Met draft pick Kumar Rocker. To me, this is 4A. I think he's quad A. Every time he's come up, he can't figure it out. And until he has any sort of consistency at the major league level, it's hard to see him at anything other than a 4A player.
Yeah, it's a weird thing for him is he loved the slider, and the slider was so good, and he kind of stopped throwing it for a while, and he still throws kind of hard, but I guess I'll give you quad A, but like can he be in quad A if Brad Lord's a baseball player? Should we move Brad Lord down to quad A?
Yeah, Brad Lord should probably be in quad A.
Anyone else should move down to quad A while we're looking at this right now?
No, I think the rest of it's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
I'm fair
good
with
about
that.
the rest of it. You could convince me that I think Kumar Rocker should be better than what he has been. So maybe that's why he's a baseball player.
On the stuff, I could just still see baseball player because he's so
Like a 5-starter
weird.
probably then.
He's just so weird. Like I think there's still potential, but it's so weird all the time with him. Like I can't even figure out like what's going to
His
happen
entire
next. Like,
career has been weird.
Everything's been weird. The whole time it's been weird.
There's a weirdness around him that's like
He's
really
got
uninteresting.
he's got. I think the weirdness makes it really interesting. Like
No, I think uninteresting in that like it's a lot of noise.
yeah, I also think part of the noise is always going to be the fact that the national media just loves to dunk on the Mets anytime it's even
Sure.
remotely possible. So I think that's part of it too. But like he's just I there's probably a repertoire in here for a back end starter, and it's good enough to get there. But I think we're done with the days of thinking Kumar Rocker can ever be a
Yes,
top end guy.
100%. Kyle Teal.
This is. Are we gonna talk crazy?
Yeah. Let me hear you're crazy.
Can he ever be an all star? It's a catcher barometer, but we've seen
He gets on base a ton. He's extremely patient. All the stuff that you loved when he was a prospect and when he was coming out of the University of
yeah.
Virginia, he has an advanced hitting eye. He's
I
got
just
good bat to ball skills.
great bat to ball skills, but I even think I was talking crazy with the all star.
I think he's a
I think he's a
starter.
starter.
I think he's a
He's
starter. I think
starter.
he's better than Edgar Caro, no doubt. He's the catcher, but I
Yeah.
think he's a starter. He'll probably sneak onto an all-star team or two.
They're a fun platoon. I like the fact that the White Sox, I think a lot more teams are starting to do this kind of catcher tandems
Yes.
rather than like starting catcher, backup catcher, kind of like NFL running backs, because you just get so much wear and tear in that position. And especially if you kind of suck like the White Sox, and those
Yes.
guys can get some plate appearances DHing once in a while, keep them fresh at the plate. Like I think it's a fun team. Some fun things some more teams are doing now.
Liam Hicks, Rule 5 draft pick this year by the Marlins.
He's been
Common W. He's been a success as a Rule 5 pick.
such a good hitter and so bad defensively.
Yeah.
He's dreadful defensively, but he's been an awesome hitter for no reason.
Well,
He also
he's been an awesome hitter in the sense of like he's been completely league average for a guy that you picked up the scrap heap. Scrap
yeah,
heap.
awesome hitter relative to the Marlins. But I
Yes.
think that he is a quad A guy.
Yes, I think so too.
Okay, that's fair. We got to beef up this quad A tier anyway.
Logan Evans of the Mariners.
I don't like Logan Evans.
I don't like him either.
I really don't. I think that he just pitched for them this year because they were in like dire straits with all like half their rotation going down.
I'm
He's
not
just
because
I
of the
see
Mariners.
nothing.
You see nothing. Okay.
I see nothing.
So he's an UFA for you then.
I was gonna give him quad A.
I
but
was
mean,
thinking quad A.
I'm fine for the quad A
Okay.
for him because but it's really nothing.
Logan Henderson.
This is one of the most difficult players I think to rank on this whole thing.
I know.
Because all we've seen from Logan Henderson
Dominance.
is filth.
Dominance.
And then similarly to the kind of the reverse of the Chad Patrick argument, though, like this is us talking out both sides of our mouths. They sent him back down to the minor leagues, but it was because for Henderson specifically, they needed him to just get more in his repertoire. Like he's a righty, and the changeup was the pitch, and that's just you're going to hit a ceiling if that's your thing. But he's gone to AAA, and he's figured out a slider that's decent. And then he came back up, and I think they were fully planning on him to be a part of the playoff push, the playoff roster. And then he got hurt.
Yes. And we're not going to see him pitch for a minute.
Yeah, I think it was a serious shoulder injury, if I remember correctly. But I would still opt for starter.
Yeah.
I think we saw so much, like a month of really good Logan Henderson in the major leagues. And he went down to the minor leagues with a training development queue. And it was an elbow injury.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but he actually's throwing bullpen sessions.
Oh, he's throwing again?
I didn't realize he was
okay,
throwing.
I thought there was some serious scare there with that elbow stuff.
I thought there was too, but he threw a bullpen session on September 9th. So we haven't had anything since then. But I think he's going to fly under the radar. He's going to be someone like fantasy baseball next year. I'm going to be singing his praises.
Okay. So, but do you think he tickles all-star a little bit? Is he the top of the starter or he's just middle?
Hasn't shown up. If he would have come back from the demotion and pitched more in the major leagues and shown the slider and gotten tons of whiffs with it against the righties, I would have possibly like planted the flag, but I'm not ready to do that yet.
Okay. What about Luis Angel Acuna? I think I'm turned off to the whole Luis Angel Acuna thing. That I was thinking UFA, but he's probably quad A because he's fast and still plays good defense.
I think that's exactly why he should still be quad A.
Yeah. This is your boy now, James. Luke Keishel.
Keishel's dope. I can't put him all-star, but he's fun, dude.
No, Keishel's a good ball player. That's kind of where I feel myself talking about him is that he's a very good ball player. Again, I think he's more of the realm of the Jacob Wilson rather than like the guys that are an all-star.
It's a fun comp. I think him and Marcy are also good comps.
Yes.
But Keishel still has to prove he can play defense.
Yes.
That's going to be the fear with him because I'm really not sure if he can. But
and it's at second base too, so it's like
yes. And he's also funny because he has no bat speed, but he's so good at maximizing his batted balls because he is incredible at pulling and lifting the ball.
Yes.
Like it's amazing how well he can do that as only being a 23-year-old. Like I think he's quite good. He's another guy who's going to get more shine because of one, how good he was in a small sample, and two, he's going to be a fantasy baseball monster.
Yes.
More so than a real life baseball guy.
I am definitely talking myself down a little bit on Marcelo Meyer. He would have been an all-star clearly for me in the past, but based on
Definitely
what
not.
we saw, I think he's starter. I think he's starter good.
I think he's starter, and you're probably got to work a little bit to convince on starter because of how
I mean, he
much he's
played third base defensively well.
really well, but he also the swing and miss was pervasive.
Yes, it was quite high. He's I think he's too good to be with these other guys. Like he does things that these guys don't do in that level. He still has good bat speed, still has good exit velos. Nobody in this tier kind of has any of that stuff.
Yeah, you're right about that. And it's another thing to remember with all these guys. This is my same Jason Dominguez argument. He's still 22 years
Yes.
old.
That's
Massively
fine.
important.
You'll give me him.
Got to the
I'll give you
majors
Jason
fast.
Dominguez. Now we're even.
There you go.
Matt Shaw.
This is tough.
This is a really hard one.
He
He made changes.
did make changes, but they weren't the firmest changes. I don't want to chastise Matt Shaw as much as I feel like I'm about to, but the way that he showed up to hit this season, he
Was
just
crazy.
wasn't ready. He
No.
just wasn't ready to do it. And I do give him credit because we are working on like a month and a half of him at least being a league average hitter, which is important. He needs to do that because he's a fine defender and he runs well, but he hits the ball so lightly.
Yeah.
He has such bad bat speed. Like I don't know how if the Cubs want to be a playoff team heading into next season that he's their starting third baseman. And because of that, he might just be a baseball player for me.
It's also tough in that ballpark because he's going to need to pull the baseball. And
Yeah.
unless he can pull to the gap, you're going to see almost no actual power. He'll run into a few because of the wind and stuff like that. But I loved him out of college. But then once you get the under the hood stuff, you're like, it's not what I thought it was going to be. So,
Well, also at the same time, I'm impressed by the plate discipline under the hood. He's done
which is
that
better
quite
because
well.
that was the thing that he struggled with massively was because of how insane his batting stance was at the beginning of the year. He just had to swing at everything and guess immediately.
And he is able to. He gets good loft and he pulls the ball in the air consistently. Like
So he
has one of
probably
the
is starter then, probably.
he might be our worst starter yet. Like who's the worst starter right now? Like I guess Carson Williams. I guess has him.
Yeah, Carson Williams is probably the worst starter. Denzel Clark,
just-
maybe.
But again, if you're the Cubs and you head into next season,
I
with
actually probably feel okay. I think I feel
Oh.
okay because that lineup is so strong top to bottom that you can take the good defense and speed and hope that maybe you can develop him more.
That's fine. Again, I'm trying to keep Brett Baty
Yeah.
in front of mind, understanding these guys can have horrible seasons and figure it out.
I'm okay putting him in starter as well, former first round pick too. Like give him one more year before.
Look at the weight in the starter tier compared to the others.
But I do think that's accurate though. I think we're seeing
it's
more
most
and
baseball
more.
players.
Yeah, most baseball players are starters when you think about
Yeah.
it on the construction of a roster as well.
That's true. It's just funny to see the massive grouping though. It's cool to look at.
You know who this is, James?
Let me see. That is. No, I have no idea who that is.
Okay, I had to throw him on here. It's Matt Swanson.
Okay. Swanson's kind of fun.
He's got a 180 ERA and a whip under one at 0.85. Like he doesn't strike anybody out.
Yeah, no, he's dope though. He strikes tons of guys out. What are you talking about?
No, Swanson has like a.
It's got like a 30% strikeout rate.
No, is it that
Yes, 100%.
28.5.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I saw like what his K to walk ratio was, I assumed it just wasn't like at that elite level of strikeout stuff because he does walk some guys. He's rocking like a 18 K to walk ratio, I think, right now.
But it is funny as a sinker baller that he walks guys. I'm always fascinated by the sinker ballers who walk guys because usually you kind of just want those guys to make contact.
Do you think he's going to be a good reliever?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's where I'll put him. We don't even talk about Matt Swanson too much.
Yeah, there's 97. Good enough for me.
Max Muncy.
I don't. You have to give me some insight on Max Muncy because I definitely don't know enough about him to confidently say he's anything above a quad A player.
Well, that's kind of where I was leaning. Is that I think I'll give him the benefit of the doubt again. Another former first round pick, just kind of seeming like he's trying to figure out where he fits on a major league roster right now. He was horrendous defensively, but also he wasn't a third baseman. So like, I think he could be Ufa.
Ufa.
I think I'm gonna put him there.
We're still them.
I think I'm gonna
hour
put
and
him
a half
there.
in.
Michael Hellman.
Michael Hellman. This is a strange one.
He's probably a baseball player though, right? Because he's so good defensively.
He probably is. I think this again similar to some other conversations we've had, like Kate Horton. We could be watching the best stretch of Michael Hellman's career right now.
I think we are watching the best stretch of
Like,
his entire career. He's not going to be a 900 OPS guy.
That probably makes him a quad A player then, right?
Yeah, probably.
That probably is. That's just where he is.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I know who this one is.
And the Cardinals? Who
Starts
is
with an
that?
M.
An M rookie in the
It's got
Cardinals.
to. It's got to be in between Michael Hellman and Mike Burrows.
So his name's Mike. Oh, McGreevy.
Ah, Michael McGreevy. Man, what a forgettable face.
Yeah.
I think he's a
Greavy's
baseball player.
He's fun though. Like he could be
He's
an
he's
SP3,
he's
4.
junk, right? He's all junk.
So much junk.
Yeah.
All junk. But
That feels like
he,
baseball playery to me.
yeah, you're probably right. It does. But he's the cool thing I like about him with his junk. He doesn't walk anybody.
Yes.
He'll let you put the ball in play. But that probably does mean that he'll have more seasons with an ERA over 4.2 than not.
Like he's the perfect 6 starter. You love him
oh
not being
my
in the rotation
God.
to start the year, but man, when someone get hurt, push the Michael McGreevy button, you're like,
I
fuck
love
yeah.
that. Mike McGreevy makes a few spot starts here and there. He's like the 4 in a bad team. That's perfect.
Mike Burrows up for the Pittsburgh Pirates next. A sneaky like
he's had moments.
moment, but also at the same time, kind of feels like another one of these that you hope's you're 6 or
Yeah.
7.
I think he's fine as a baseball player, but I could see some relative upside on Mike Burrows at some point where he has a good fastball, a slider, and tolerable curveball and changeup.
I feel like you'd love to make him a reliever.
Oh my God.
Mike
reliever.
Burrows would be like turbo out of the bullpen.
But that's also that funny conundrum. These teams have to make that decision. Where like, are you more valuable as just a kind of a not so good starter or a good reliever on a bad team?
So we're a baseball player. I think we're gonna put him.
He's a baseball player. Yeah.
Okay, cool with that. We have to scroll down. We're cutting off some of the tiers. This is how many guys we got, but we are almost at the end, an hour and a half in here. We've got Mike Vassell up next. Another massive win for the Rule 5 draft.
Huge win for the Rule 5 draft. But I can't see Mike Vassell doing this forever.
Probably a baseball player though, right?
I was definitely gonna argue not a baseball player.
Really? Argue against it.
There's no stuff. He's stuffless.
He is stuffless, but he gets a ton of ground balls. His ground ball rate's insanely high. It's 51.5%.
I wouldn't call anyone insanely high unless I see a 60. I
Okay.
think a 51 could next year be a 46, and if that 51 goes to a 46,
Okay.
the ERA goes from 2.5 to 4.2.
All right.
I don't.
that.
I like.
I
I guess
you don't.
He does. I just. There's not. He
I get-
gets
you know what
by
it
'cause
is?
he throws so many pitches.
You're right, James. You're right because he has to be on the major league roster this year. He's pitched really
Yeah.
well statistically. He struggles next year. He gets sent down or cut.
100%. That means he's a
quad
quadruple player.
100%. Moises Ballesteros. This
My
dude's
God.
fucking weird. I don't know what to
I
do with
love
him
Mo,
because
dude.
he got
Mo's
no
fun.
position, but he
Mashes.
mashes way better than Augustine Ramirez.
Mashes.
So he's got to at least be in the starter tier.
Probably.
Like,
He's
a
well,
fun DH.
They're just like not letting him. He does mash though. He's too much fun, I think, to go against. But he doesn't have the same pull and lift at all.
Sure.
The Augustine Ramirez can get. That's the difference. Moises Ballesteros, it may be just because he's still so young. The fact that he's
He's
playing
21, 22.
The fact he's playing competitive baseball 21 right now is crazy. Like we know that a fly ball rate will rise with a player's career, but he cannot pull the ball or lift it at all. He's got a 60% ground ball rate, 25% pull rate.
That is
Nothing.
also in
He's-
an incredibly small sample, but
It is. He's taken 40 play appearances. I think he's only pulled one fly ball so far.
damn, okay.
And I think it was one of his 2 home runs.
There you go. But yeah, I do think he's probably going to be like a DH on teams. They'll find a way to get that bat in the lineup.
It is, but he's also. I mean, I think that's because he's a lefty hitter.
Yes.
If he was right, I think this would be a different conversation. But
Fair.
as like if he was like a 5'8" righty who didn't lift the ball, it'd be like, what? Get out of here.
So then, should I not put him in starter?
I might. I'll give him started. I'll give him started with the pedigree, and he is fun.
Nacho Alvarez. Feels like oofa.
He might be Ufa. I mean,
He's not even really a good fielder from what we've seen.
Weirdly though, he's hitting the minors, and he's still 22.
Has he hit in the minors?
I struggle to give anyone who's under 25 years old Ufa. Truthfully,
That's fair. Okay, you know what? I'm fine. That he probably is then quad A.
because he'll go up and down, play some defense, mess around.
Did he
Like,
hit in the
that's it.
minors?
He's above average.
Yeah, I guess he was better in the
Something.
minors than I thought. We know he's not a good hitter, but he did
Yeah,
hit in the minors.
Last year in
All right,
AAA, he
4A.
hit 300. I
Okay.
give you something for that.
It's probably
That's
me being a
quad A.
Braves hater.
Oh,
Mr. Nicholas. Don't say my first name, Kurtz.
been waiting all day
Just
for this.
straight into the MVP.
So straight into the MVP. Can I drop a take on you?
Yeah, go for it.
I think he might be a top 5 hitter in baseball already.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is a take. Now,
This was
that being
this is my
said,
best take of the season.
I don't disagree that he's awesome. I don't think I'm putting him top 5 hitter just yet, just because, again, I still think you want to see what happens the next year. Especially for rookies,
True.
you need to see what happens the next year because the tape will be only of him. You're just watching Kurt's tape. That's it. How can we get Mr. Kurtz out next year? I don't know how they do it,
I don't know where you do
but
that.
that's where these are Major League Baseball teams, and me and you are at home recording the windup.
Of
So I'm
course.
interested to see what it looks like next year, but everything that we've seen this year, you can make the argument he is the best first baseman in baseball right now.
He is absolutely unbelievable. Like he doesn't really have that many cold zones. Like the only cold zone for him, I think, realistically, is up and in, because
Which
that's of course
it's hard.
it's a hard pitch to hit for most right-handed pitchers going to be pitching against him to jam this lefty up and in, because if you miss in one inch in any direction, it's a home run. Kurtz, he did something so cool this year too. Like he made a big adjustment after a few weeks in the league. He's a free swinger, but he doesn't chase. He's a free zone swinger. So I think he's good identifying the zone. He had one of the highest swing rates in the shadow of any player in the league. He got hurt. He missed a few weeks, came back. He dropped that shadow swing rate down to near league average, and that is kind of the thing that like catapulted him. Just be like, I'm going to get mistakes. I'm going to destroy them.
Mash in the zone. That's Mr. Kurtz. I think he's awesome.
So good.
Yeah, he's definitely
so good.
he's the clear and obvious rookie of the year in the American League.
And when I had the YouTube video in June, right before all this happened, where I was like, if there's one player in the league who actually could become Aaron Judge, it's Nick Kurtz.
Good pick. Good pick.
Nailed that one.
Noah Cameron, one of my more overrated players. But that being said, I think he is a starter. I think he is so easily a starter in Major League Baseball.
I think he is too. If we were tier listing, though, just the guys in the starter tier, I think he would fall further behind that. I think his stats right now would indicate, but I think he's absolute, no doubt, Major League starter moving forward.
Nolan McLean. You know where I want to put him, James.
Sure. I mean, I think he's at worst, he's all-star.
That's where I was putting him. That's
okay.
I
thought you were about to argue Cy Young.
Hell no, I'm not that crazy. I'm going to put him in all-star. I think
he's for sure all-star.
This is a frontline starter. I think from what we've seen, from what we know, from watching this guy pitch, this is just the stuff that a stopper and ace, that this is what they do.
Totally. And the guy's super cool thing about Nolan McLean is that while he does get a lot of strikeouts, he also is going to get near the top of the league ground balls. Yep. The fact that he's going to be one of the guys that can marry that, similar even like to a guy like Logan Webb, just the fact that he kind of is developing this bit of a turbo sinker where it's like it just shoots down on guys. You can't do damage against it. Like every game he pitches, there's only like 4 or 5 opportunities for opposing hitters to make meaningful damage on a ball in play.
Yeah.
And that's when you're starting there, the sky is the limit.
And he's already shown us he can get the lefties out more than we thought he could. The Rangers tried an approach where they're like, what if we don't swing? Didn't work. Was a bad decision. He was in an absolute groove, tore them apart. He's just, I think, if you follow Pitching Ninja, if you're watching us, I'm sure you will know who Pitching Ninja is. He's obsessed with this guy. His pitches move like they're wiffle balls.
And he has such big balls on the mound. He's able to throw pitches with his command. That's not even that good. It's not even great. It's just good. Just wherever he wants in the zone to get guys out.
Otto Kemp, baseball player.
Yeah, he's better. You think he's better than Quad A?
I do.
Convince me why he's baseball player instead of Quad A.
I think he's just going to be a league average hitter, and I think he'll play first and third base.
Yeah, I guess, but as like a righty, like
he's I see him having a 700 OPS, and that was kind of what we said.
I guess, but does he? Why? Like, why does he have 700? Why does he stick with 700 OPS?
I don't know why. He's fast.
I guess he is really fast. I'll
he
give
does
you that,
he,
but I think
111 max X velo is a little bit different than that 109 range that usually is like the average.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He'll get demoted next year. Isn't that Quad A?
Yeah, that is Quad A. You're right.
He will be demoted at some point next season.
No, you're right.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, you're right. He will get sent down. A baseball player is a guy that might get sent down because of age or like options, not because of lack of play.
Yeah, like I think when we say baseball player, these are guys that are comfortably. You can kind of count on them for 300 plate appearances or like 110 innings as a back end starter. Yeah. You don't feel terrible.
Otto Kemp will jump around. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. That's Quad A.
Do you know who this rubber ducky guy is?
What organization is the rubber ducky guys?
Cleveland.
Is that Parker Messick?
Parker Messick.
Nice.
What do you got on Parker Messick?
Messick's fun, but Messick's weird. There's another one. If you guys are leftists, you're not going to appreciate Parker Messick. But someone like me who likes pitchers who throw with all hands, it's super fun. He throws a lot of nonsense, a lot of junk. I think he's been better in this first cup of coffee than we should expect him to be. Like the fact he's a 1.8 over 5 starts
is crazy.
Is sick, but he's not He, to me, though, might still just be more of a baseball player for now because I don't know where. I don't know if he's ever going to strike out enough hitters to be like, you're in the rotation on opening day. But I think if he's just 6, you're comfortable, and there's probably some tweaks he can wind up making that gets him there. But to me, he's one of the better baseball players we have in this tier.
Sure, I think it's just tough for a guy who's so fastball changeup to get as little whiff and as little strikeouts as he does. It is
And
tough.
yes, be there for years.
And when he throws like 92 as well.
yes, from a lefty though.
Yes. Peyton Toll. Peyton Tolley. Sorry, Peyton Tolley.
Totally.
He's pretty good, but I think there was a little
Too much
mania
hype.
around him. Like he was
Yes.
getting I don't know who wrote it. It might have been Passon wrote an article about how like Peyton Tolley should be getting the same buzz as like when Paul Skeens got called up. Someone said
Not
that.
true.
Insane.
No, well, he was despicably good in the minor
For
leagues.
sure. This is not anti Peyton Tolley. This is anti narrative. And I think the narrative got
Anti-narrative.
blown out of proportion where I think Peyton Tolley is more of a starter, not all-star level.
I think definitely. I don't even think it's close to all-star.
Okay.
I said before, I think his teammate Conley early might be better.
Yeah. And you just said we've only seen 10 innings with Early. But I think if you were going crazy, you would have considered him an all-star.
Oh yeah, you come if we're doing this on Friday night, 2 beers in, Conley early is an all-star for me.
Robert Hassel III. This one is heartbreaking to me. I
might be
loved
an
him out of the
UFA.
draft. I think he's UFA.
He might be the youngest UFA.
He can't hit. Cannot hit. And defensively, that was supposed to be like the saving grace of him. Hasn't really shown much either.
No, he's also 24 now, so you can't really hold the age super in his favor. He's just probably not very
The
good.
moment we've all been waiting for. An hour and 45 minutes in, we get to talk about Roki Sasaki. I don't think he's good at all.
I think that's you being biased because you saw him cry and you thought that made you not respect
But
him.
he also hasn't. He throws 100 sometimes ish. His split.
we just don't know when.
His splitter is good. There's no doubt the splitter is awesome.
His player's outrageously good.
Everything else isn't. Everything else is average or worse.
You think if he's a good reliever though? Isn't that what the tier is partially called?
I don't know if he is. You got to have some mental makeup to be a reliever. I don't think he's got that.
I think that
I
I think he can develop mental makeup. I think you can find that mental makeup for sure. I think
maybe.
this is the first time in this person's life they've ever struggled moderately. They're clearly pitching hurt because I
I'll
don't
give
know
you
why
another
they
guy
continue to do
who
it.
had struggles moderately for the first time in their life, and I don't think you're hearing his name very much anymore.
Who?
Jared Kelnick.
Sure. If you want to give him baseball player, and that could be like the hot take from this video, that's
I
fine.
wanted to put him in baseball player. I think until Roki Sasaki shows us that he can actually be he hasn't pitched even like just three good innings at the major league level. 3.
No, he was terrible.
1, 2,
Awful.
3. I'm talking about like 1 inning on a Tuesday, 1 inning on a Thursday, 1 inning on a Saturday. He's done that. That's it. I think it's hard to see that and be like anything but baseball player. He's also getting shelled in AAA.
He is, and he will be, I think, the most highly touted baseball player in this tier.
Yes. Oh, without a doubt. He has the most fluctuation.
Yeah, because he still throws 100.
He's got to prove it.
He's got to prove it. He's got to do something. Maybe it just means get major surgery and take the year off.
Yeah, he might just need to get hurt. That's possible.
Yeah,
I do.
I thought he's so young still.
Part of the reason he did rush over here was because they knew he knew an injury was coming, and he wanted to get hurt in America.
He's still 23 years old.
Yes.
It's nothing.
Roman Anthony. I'm screaming MVP. I'm doing it.
I think I would push against MVP.
Why?
For Roman Anthony. I think Roman Anthony is sensational.
Well,
but
so push back.
I think Roman Anthony. Do you see 35 homers ever?
Yes, because he hits the ball in the air just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. The way that he hits the ball so hard. His barrel rate, James, is still towards the top of the league. 15% barrel rate. And that's for a guy who still really hasn't figured out how to hit the ball in the air consistently.
That's true.
I think he's going to have insane numbers. 400 on base percentage, close to 300 batting average. He's got the power numbers. He's an awesome outfielder as well defensively. He's going to put up like 6 WAR seasons. He's that good.
He is, but I don't even think you ever get to see him in the top 3 MVP just because the nature of what that award's like.
I think
you know what I mean?
I think we definitely do.
It's just like this, again, if he winds up being like in his best season ever.
And he's also 21.
He is 21. His best season ever, if he goes 32 homers, 315 average, 410 on base, 980 OPS, you're probably still not going to win MVP.
980 OPS? While playing
950 OPS?
While playing elite defense in the outfield? I think that's going to
be corner outfield.
That's going to be
won't give you
top
an MVP
3,
for that.
100%.
maybe top 3. I mean, maybe the 90 OPS was a little that high probably would get
It
him there,
starts with a
but
9. He's going to be in the MVP conversation.
this is not me an anti-Roman, being an anti-Roman
No,
Anthony
this
guy.
is you
But I
being
think
anti-Roman Anthony.
I don't know, like he's just I
Why
think
do you not see
Kurt,
it? Why do you? I actually think
I
this is
love Roman Anthony.
crazy. You don't think that
I
he has MVP in his future?
I just think that us putting Nick Kurtz on there is such an incredibly high bar.
Sure,
Kurt,
but
I think Kurtz is a lot better than Roman Anthony,
he can only hit. He has no value anywhere else.
but he is
Sure,
such a better hitter.
for sure. He's also a year older.
Yeah, I mean,
He's also playing in a
my
minor
gosh.
league ballpark.
He's playing in a minor league ballpark. Roman Anthony's a great ballpark too. I'll give you this
All
Roman
right,
Anthony
good,
one.
good. Also, that was
I think Roman Anthony's amazing. I think Roman Anthony can easily be a top 10 player in the league, 100%.
so
I
then
guess
that has to be MVP.
So maybe that should be a top 10 player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
top 10 player in the league is MVP. I think that's you. I think you might have gotten caught up on the idea of physically
winning an
seeing him
MVP.
lifting an MVP trophy.
Yeah, because that I don't think ever happens.
It's going to be also tough for Mr. Kurtz as well, technically too.
Yeah, well, but I think Kurt's put 1,000 OPS season.
Yeah, no, he's sick. Ronnie Mauricio. This one's
Tough one for us on the inside, because
I think he's a baseball player.
I think so too, because he should be a really good defender, but he's a fake switch hitter. And when I
Yes.
say fake switch hitter, Ronnie Mauricio cannot hit right-handed.
No.
I think we're probably within 24 months of getting the announcement, Ronnie Mauricio's quit switch hitting,
Yes.
and he'll never, ever, ever hold an on-base percentage.
Or
that's
he's gonna
above 310.
He's going to quit switch hitting because he's never going to face a left-handed pitcher, so he'll only ever swing lefty. Like he might get
Yeah.
3 right-handed swings a year.
So but at the same time, like Ronnie Mauricio can do things on a baseball field that are so cool.
Yes.
He hits the ball so far. He can hit it so hard when he actually connects with it. The bat speed's crazy. And defensively, like he's proved himself as a third baseman to where it's like
He can play.
he can handle it over there. But he probably has gotten boxed out specifically on the Mets by Mark Vientos and Brett Baty.
Yes.
So I think he might be the one guy that gets traded to relieve Clutter this offseason for them. And I think if he winds up on a bad team as an everyday third
The
baseman,
White Sox?
he could literally the A's.
Oh, yeah, he'd be awesome there.
He could
He'd
run
hit
into
30
30
home runs. That's
He could run
ooh,
into
that's
30 home runs and a 310 on base percentage.
So then does he then go into start? This is the weird thing where he can do that. The reason I lean baseball player is just there's such a variance in his game that I'll take the middle outcome.
Because I also think the difference between the starter tier and the baseball player tier is the starter tier. You have to be a starter on a good team.
Yes.
Anyone could be a starter on a bad team.
Yeah.
But like if a team with playoff aspirations is going to the season next season, they have to consider you to be starting caliber in that team. Mauricio's just not there.
Yeah, no, definitely not there.
That's where I got him.
Ryan Berger. This is your guy.
I do like Berger, but he's still a tick away from being a starter for me.
Okay.
Like he's a baseball player, but I think that Berger does a lot of cool things. When I shout out Michael Rosen and Fangraphs rather, bro, the cool thing about Berger, where it's like when pitchers have this much spin efficiency on like a high IVB fastball, it's oftentimes a big struggle for them to get significant horizontal movement. Berger's one of the few guys in the league who can do both of those things. So that doesn't necessarily make you a good pitcher, but that gives you some outlier traits where I can see you definitely being a good pitcher at some point.
Sal Stewart.
I like Sal Stewart a lot.
I think he's a good baseball player.
Sal Stewart's been crushing the ball.
I think he goes into the starter tier, right?
Starter too, because he doesn't have a defensive home, but like I think he's going to hit enough where that might not matter.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's especially in that ballpark too as a right-handed hitter, they're going to find places for him to play. He'll play. He's going to be super utility man probably for them.
Like in a bad version.
Yes,
of it. Like
because he can't play any position.
But there's going to be murmurs between him, Matt McClain, Spencer Steers, like 3 guys for 2 spots. And it's going to be fun conversations for them.
Samuel Basayo.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and still call him an all-star.
Okay. Tell me why. Tell me why he's an all-star.
He hits the ball so hard and he lifts it so well, and he's still 21 years old. And I don't know what catcher's ever going to look like for him, but I think they're going to do a fun thing where him and Adley are just kind of like the tandem catchers, but Basayo mostly is the DH, but he still catches a day or 2 a week. And I know that the stats are very bad right now in his first cup of coffee month in the major leagues. If you the AAA batted ball data is still obscene. The bat speed's in the top 90% of the league. Like he's going to be, I think, an absolute smash hitter for years to come.
I think he's going to be all-star tier as well. It's like, what have we seen? 70 plate appearances, 90 plate appearances. It is crazy that the Orioles are going to just completely piss away his rookie season, which is insane. He's going to pass the rookie threshold, so they're not going to.
Is he actually?
He's at 92 plate appearances. It's 100, I believe.
Maybe they just shut him down next week then.
Let me see. Major League Baseball rookie limits.
That's happening to McClain too.
Okay, it's 130 at bats, so it's gonna be close.
Good.
It's gonna be close for Basayo.
He's fine. There's 9 games left. He's at 85 at bats.
There's 11 games left.
Oh yeah, I keep mixing up my 9s and
Yeah,
11s.
it's crazy. Yeah, there's 11 games left, so it's what 50 at bats in 11 games. It's gonna be. He should be fine. He should be fine.
Yeah,
Honestly, I thought that
take
number
2
was
off days, he'll
originally.
be fine.
I originally thought that number was 100.
Well, it's 60 innings for pitchers. Nolan McLean is 12 away, and he has 2 starts left in the schedule.
Yeah, no, he's gonna throw 6 innings each.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's crazy that the Mets are gonna have to try and thread that needle. They love getting so cute. All right, Sean Burke. This is Sean Burke. This one.
That's Sean Burke.
That's
Next one,
messed
Shane
up that
Smith.
they're next to each other. But why don't you just talk about
Yeah.
both of them at the same time? Because I think they're pretty much both in the same category.
Yeah, I think they're both baseball players.
Agreed.
I think Shane Smith has better PR, but if you had to tell me who's going to be the better pitcher, I think I would take Sean Burke.
Extension King. That's my guy,
Extension
Sean Burke.
King, good fastball.
Yes, I think both of them will be 6, 7 starters on good teams, and there will be 4 or 5 starters on the White Sox.
Yeah, even 3, 4 stars in the White Sox. Because actually, truthfully, next year probably 1,
Probably,
2
yeah,
stars on
no,
the White
of course,
Sox.
yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
on the White Sox.
they're a rare breed where they just don't really have major league pitchers ready yet. They're coming.
Yeah. Should we? I'm gonna go back and want to and revisit someone maybe.
Okay, we'll do it at the end.
Okay, that's fair.
Thomas Sujazi.
Sajazi's fun, but I still think he's just a baseball player.
I was gonna say 4A.
Okay, give somebody on 4A.
I don't think he does anything particularly well, but I don't think he does anything bad.
Yeah, is that baseball player or 4A?
Looking at the list, that's probably baseball player, you're right?
Actually, no, I actually might have switched back to you 4A because I don't.
He feels
know
like
how.
Nacho Alvarez, like.
Yeah, I think he goes up and down for them next year. Like he's going to be passed by JJ Weatherhall, which
Yes.
means he's going to probably still be an up and down guy.
Did you see who's up next?
Stop! You put him on here?
Tomoyuki
You gotta
Sugano.
be kidding me.
Cy
How'd you do, fellow
Young.
kids.
Ufa, right? Like,
I mean,
no, he's a
okay,
baseball
maybe.
player. I stand my king.
Yeah, he's a baseball player. He's the 6th starter on a good team.
That was just a little
That's
Easter egg for
funny.
people 2 hours in. This
You
is
were
such a
hiding
cool
him in
test
there.
that we're gonna see if you guys like this. Because me
Yeah,
and
right,
James
if
are
we can do
happy to
these.
do this.
Oh, love this. This is great.
This is good ball talk. Trey Sweeney. This is a weird one.
I feel bad putting him in UFA because I know he can do things
I
well.
think he's a good
but-
fielder, right? Isn't that his whole
Yeah.
thing? He has to be a good fielder because he can't hit.
No, yeah, he's definitely a good
Oh,
fielder.
man. -3 OAA this year.
But last year he was good.
Last year was 2.
2 in a short period of time.
Yeah.
I think
So
that
then he's probably
keeps him
okay.
quad A.
Yeah, quad A, I think. That's a good
Keep him
spot to
quad
put him.
A.
Trey Savage just made his debut. He will be a rookie next year. We will talk about him in next year's video, but he looked about as good
Disgusting.
of a debut as you could have. I feel like I'm okay.
I put him in all.
That's where I was going to put him too. I think all-star tier for sure.
When we just did our prospect ranking video, he was my top pitching prospect.
And I think he was my second highest pitching prospect in the league. Really good.
Yeah.
The splitter fastball combo is pretty disgusting.
and he's got enough of a slider where he can just keep these honest.
Trey Savage, very good. Is this Troy Melton?
Looks like Troy Melton.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was on the list, and I know he's not the other 3 guys. So this has got to be Troy Melton. Not too hip to him. He's a bullpen guy.
He is nasty.
Really?
He will be a starter
Okay.
next year, and he's gonna put him in the starter tier.
Okay.
The dude is gross.
Yeah, I've
gross.
you put him on there, so I figured you had something to tell me about Troy Melton.
Sensationally good. They've been manipulating his role a lot, which I give him a lot of credit for being a rookie, a 24-year-old that can be like, yeah, I'll throw 2 innings now, 5 innings then, 1 inning then, like moving around what he's doing. But he sits 97. He's got a slider, a cutter. He mixes the splitter. I think that's a pitch to watch with him moving forward if he can kind of wrangle that one in.
Yeah.
He has a sinker he throws now too. He's a fun pitcher, tough at bat, and I think he's someone that, again, like I'm seeing some mental makeup, some like metal with him that I'm impressed by.
Tyler Locklear. He was for the Eugenio Suarez trade.
Yeah,
he's UFA for me.
I wouldn't give him Mufa. I'd give him Quad A because I still think that we saw tons of power in the minors, but it's just a tough translate coming from the PCL. But that was a big buyer beware trade.
I didn't get it at all.
I got the fact that they think that next year he could at least be a functional corner infielder for them at first base, but he has to show a lot more. Like he's close to the UFA tier for me, but I won't put him there.
I'll be nice. Warming Bernabel, penultimate player. Penultimate warming. That's fun.
Yeah, right.
Quad A.
He's so fun though, but I'm good for Quad A.
Yeah, he kind of doesn't do anything, but he's fun, like you said.
He's so fun. He just goes he plays ball.
He loves playing baseball. There's no doubt
Yes.
about that.
He's got great energy. I like seeing guys that are like vibrant on the field. Like, I think that says a lot about young players.
Will Warren.
He's probably a baseball player, but
He's he's their Tyler McGill a little bit, right?
he kind of is. I love. We talked about this when we were at the Mets game on Tuesday. Michael King was pitching. All people on again the Stuff Plus people were trying to be like the next Michael King, Will Warren. I think they all forget that Michael King is like the best command in baseball,
Yeah.
and Will Warren has some of the worst. And I think that's a huge deal when you're trying to be a rookie pitcher, making your bones in this league.
Yeah, I think like he has potential. There's just going to need to be some serious changes made to Will Warren because we've seen the flashes where you're like, oh, really good pitcher. This is Tyler McGill for the Yankees. I do love that every team had that. Oh, that might be a
Everyone has every team's Tyler
that's a
McGill.
fun video that only me and you will enjoy, but I think is something we're gonna do on this channel. Every team's Tyler McGill is the title.
That could play better as a Mets up video because we're using Tyler McGill as like the function.
Who'd you want to change, James? Looking at these tiers.
I'm gonna say something crazy.
'Kay.
I think maybe just because of it's talking about Samuel Basayo made me think that we should move Jack Haggs to All Star.
Whoa, really?
Is that crazy?
I think it is. You want to know why? Because Basayo.
It's all the same idea though.
Yeah, but Basayo is not whiffing as much as Jack Hagg. Jack Hagg still.
That's true.
Like Basayo, I think whiff rate from what I saw and chase rate was like in the 25 range. I think Jack Hagg starts with a 4. Like that's almost double.
I just seeing the starter tier. There's such a range of players in it.
But that is what starters are in baseball. Like
that's true. You're right about
think
that.
about this. Not this year included, but like a few years ago, Brandon Nimmo, right? Starter, but like so was also Luis Rengifo.
True. Yeah, they're both starters.
They're both starters.
Yeah. And but they're also not all stars.
Yeah, they're not in that next tier. So this is 106 rookies ranked by the Windup Boys. That's a lot. If any of you made it this far,
Windup Boys.
please comment in the comment section. What's going to be our fun word for them to comment?
Let's see. What's a fun word? Let's say just do either Rengifo or Nimmo.
Yeah, Rengifo or Nimmo in the comments.
Just comment the last names.
Yeah, whichever one you like more. Comment in the comment section, Rengifo or Nimmo, to let us know you made it to the 2-hour mark. Can't promise this is going to happen, maybe ever again, unless it does really well.
I think it could happen once in a while. Maybe at least we pick up more steam on this channel. But I think this was fun. We got to every single rookie in Major League Baseball. That's even moderately relevant.
Yeah, if they're not on here, they do not matter. So
who's the least relevant rookie on here? Javier Sanoa? Ben Williamson?
Least relevant rookie on here. I mean, it's got
Brad Lord. You missed Joe Rock, the Rays reliever.
Joe Rock.
You missed Joe Rock, dude. What the hell?
That's like not a serious name.
I can't believe you missed Joe Rock.
Joe Rock, Joe Mack, 2 guys that were both in the Marlins org, I believe, at one point.
Yeah.
Probably Javier Sanoa. Got to probably be the least.
Ben Williamson.
Ben Williamson, Brad Lord. Brad Lord's going to throw 700 innings in his career. That's the one thing I'll say about him.
Oh, easily.
Easy
I
700.
might take the over.
Unless he gets like a career-ending injury. But Javier Sanoa, the UFA, Max Muncy will make an impact one season, but then he will do nothing ever again.
Yeah, fun list, though. Good work by us.
Guys, subscribe to The Windup. Follow James on social media at
James Sheehan.
I'm Draft Nick Mark. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.